What's going on, people? How y'all doing today? This is Cash Sports. Of course, I am Cash, and I'm here with some other people here to debate some basketball today. I know it is Sunday. To be honest with you, I was watching football all day, right? But I was still keeping up with some NBA games because my guys here, they wanted to talk some basketball. I know the Miami Dolphins and Steelers game is on right now. So we're going to give some updates on some scores also, just in case if you aren't able to watch it, we can still keep you posted. So that's that, right? Also, I got started off. Like and subscribe to Cash Sports Podcast. Of course, show some love to the page. I would graciously appreciate that. I appreciate that more than honestly a donation. Donations, they come, they go. I don't really expect it, but it would be nice if you choose to do that. Hit that Cash App at the bottom of the screen that's going right to left, right? Any proceeds that I receive towards Cash Sports is definitely going to come back to the platform, because all I want to do is make sure that this platform is growing more and more, right? Because I want a bigger audience. I want more people to come on here, share their thoughts, to be able to debate on here which way imaginable, right? So let's get into it. Let's get into the convo. I already got the people up here in the screen. Boom. My fault. There you go. All right. So let me also post his comment section. The comment link in the comment section, just in case if anybody wants to tap in. Be about that too. All right, man. So y'all was fishing for it, man. Y'all was gunning for it. So talk to me. What y'all wanna get off your chest?
Oh shit, I got a lot to get off my chest. All right, man. The Lakers, at first, I was a little shaky. Last podcast I was a little shaky, but I still said it. The Knicks are better than the Lakers. And now I am doubling down. The Knicks as a team would beat the Lakers right now if they went in the playoffs. Because let me tell you why. LeBron and Anthony Davis, two top 15 players. Okay? No one's denying that. But as a basketball team, you need complementary pieces, okay? From a basketball perspective, you can't just give the ball to Anthony Davis, give the ball to LeBron James, and expect them to win you ball games. That's not how it works. You need complementary pieces. I've been watching the last two games. I watched Clippers and Portland. You have Paul George and Zubac sagging off Westbrook. So now someone's guarding LeBron on the perimeter, and if LeBron drives in, he already has a man waiting for him in the paint. It's not going to work, Cash. It's not going to work. I'm telling you right now, Cash. This Lakers team is worse because you lost Malik Monk. If you guys had Malik Monk, you'd be 2-1 right now. From the eye test only, you would have beat the Clippers and you would have beat Portland today if you had Malik Monk. And I think you would agree with
me. Okay. AK?
Well, what's there to say? There is literally nothing to say about the Lakers. The team is in shambles, so all the players are in shambles. They're a terrible team, zero chemistry, zero teamwork. They don't know what they're doing. There is no future for them this season.
No, I didn't say all that,
But Russ can't shoot for shit. LeBron can't lead for shit.
Damn.
AD can't do none either. Just damn.
All right, so let me butt into it, right? So from what I've seen from the Lakers, clearly, right, the chemistry of the team, they don't have the requisite pieces for it to mesh together for this to be a contending or a successful team. I'm gonna give you that, right? So we're gonna cut it there. At least we know. At least I'm gonna say that. You get what I'm saying? Despite how LeBron James, Anthony Davis are playing, there's no recipe for success. I don't see a roster here that's gonna go to the playoffs. Unfortunately, like as of right now, they got to make a trade before the trade deadline. They got to do something, right? What I've seen, first off, you can't come for LeBron's leadership because you're only looking at this latter part of his career, and still he's like to say that he's not a leader, that's just blasphemous, bro. You can't say that. Like, he still has 4 championships. He still led other teams in the playoffs and played every single game in that playoffs. So you got to give respect where credit is due, at least in that regard, right? But in this instance, right, from what I've seen, right, first off, Damian Lillard was cooking that game. Like, let's bring that up. You know, like, my man had 41 points in tonight's game, and what I saw as far as the defense assignment is concerned, right? I mean, Damian Lillard for the most part was cooking whoever was on him, and I saw Lonnie Walker on Damian Lillard for a better part of the game. Sometimes you'll get an occasional switch off, you'll get a pick here and there. I mean, those are tough shots. Damian Lillard was hitting tough shots regardless. I mean, you brought in Patrick Beverley there as a defensive presence for the backcourt. You know, Darvin Ham also reiterated, going back to his opening quotes as the head coach, for him to say that he's going to have Westbrook shift his role and become more of a leader on defense. I don't see that, right? Because remember, he said that. So I'm going off that reference. You know, we could talk about the pieces. Yes, the pieces that the GM, Rob Pelinka, that the roster that he put together this year is not working. It is currently not working. They do not have shooters. They are horrible. But, right, I'll say this. I don't see the bad team that everybody thinks they are. Even though they're 0-3. I don't think they're as bad as we say they are. I mean, for the most part, I think they're playing very good team defense, very good team offense. Right. I think the pick and roll, the fact that they're finding guys in the lane, getting the ball in the paint, I think they're a very good inside scoring game. I mean, Anthony Davis, LeBron still shot 50% field goal on the field, and then LeBron still had 30 points. I wasn't too impressed with Anthony Davis's game also. I mean, he only had 22. I think it would have been a considerably different game if Anthony Davis maybe would have had 25, 28, maybe had 30 bomb instead of, and that would have made that definitely would have been the difference maker in this game, right? But Russell Westbrook played horrible in this game. As we could see, he only had 10 points and he shot 26% from the field and made no threes. So you had Anthony Davis, he had 22 points, and reason being why he didn't score that much is because he shot 0 for 3 from the field. You had Russell Westbrook shoot 0 from 3 from the field. LeBron James shot 22% from 3, which wasn't particularly great also, right? And then you had Lonnie Walker shoot 1 for 5, Patrick Beverley shoot 1 for 3, Brown shoot 0 for 2, Toscano Anderson 0 for 1, and then only Austin Reeves shot 50% from 3, and he made 2 out of 4, right? So the fact of the matter is, I mean, it's already been verbal from LeBron James's mouth that they just don't have shooting. And then honestly, that's at this point, it's not on LeBron's hands. Yes, when it comes to on the floor and how the offense is meshing, and especially late in games, yeah, you can hold LeBron James accountable in that aspect. But like I said, I see more. I'm pointing the finger more so at Darvin Ham in this direction as far as what we've seen, because from the defense aspect of it all, from how the Lakers are playing defense, I don't see what Darvin Ham has stated in the past, and this is why I'm putting more on the blame on the front office with Darvin Ham and Rob Pelinka. But like I said, Lakers, I don't see them as a bad team as we think they are. It's just that given the era that they're in, with everything relies on shooting. I mean, regardless, they shot poorly on any given night. It doesn't matter if it's the 80s, the 90s, right? They shot 18% today. They were 18%, 6 for 33, right?
Is that from the 3?
This is from the 3.
Yeah, that's crazy, man.
Right? So that's horrible. But even thinking about that, they lost by 2.
Exactly.
You get what I'm saying? They lost. They lost by 2, right? And then so if you like a team like the Warriors, they're not going to compete with shooting with the Warriors. You know what I'm saying? Like, they had an off night. Just imagine, I'm not saying they're good, like if they had like a crazy shooting night, let's just say everybody's on fire, everybody's knocking down their shots. Like you get one of those every once in a while. Everybody's knocking down their shots, right? That's what they're going to need to beat a team like the Warriors. This is why, point blank period, they're not going to be able to survive with the Warriors in a 7-game series. I mean, they wouldn't be able to survive against most teams in a 7-game series as the roster is currently constructed at this moment, right? But what's keeping them in the game is within the 3-pointer. You get what I'm saying? They're still able to be 50% from the field. It really is, Westbrook is just not. It just doesn't mesh with Westbrook, and he can't get off because he's shooting poorly. He's the worst. He has the worst shooting percentage from the field. I don't see that off the ball. I don't see those off the ball movements with Russell Westbrook, and it's just not meshing. I just don't see it, and so that's the reason why they have to get rid of him before the trade deadline. It's reached this point. You got to give up something. Maybe not give up both picks, because I can understand if you don't want to pick, but you got to get somebody that can shoot. Go to the G League. Go to find somebody overseas. Go to the street. Go to New York. Somebody at the ball court. I mean, somebody. I'm somebody. Hey, I'm saying this. I'm saying this right now, right? And I'm being dead honest with you on this. Lethal Shooter on social media, bro. Right. They should sign that guy to the Lakers. Give him a 10-year deal. Give him a 10-year deal on the Lakers, and I bet you, right, he's gonna start draining some threes. Come on, I don't see any at this point. This is how bad it's gotten, right? If it were any other era, let's just say it's 2000, this team would be valid. This team would be valid, sure. But you know what I'm saying. But that is not an excuse at this moment, because given the era and given the way players are playing, the floor is way more spread out. You're playing guys either zone or man to man, and Damian Lillard was getting past Lonnie Walker. He couldn't even stay on him. So, I mean, I don't see. I could still imagine. You saying LeBron James does deserve a requisite amount of blame for how they are now, but honestly, as it is now, he deserves about 35% of the blame of the Lakers' current position.
Hey, that's more than I would give. I ain't gonna lie.
I would say 30, only because, like I said, as a leader, you're still in that limelight. You're still in that. You know what I'm saying? Like you're
giving LeBron 35% of the blame.
Yeah, I'm giving him 35% of the blame.
What about you, Artem?
Wait, how much? First of all, how much you give to Russ?
How much I give to Russ?
Yeah,
I give him 25%, and then the other half is front. The other part is front office. So it's like what, 50? So I give him 35, 25. So it's like 55 already, 55%. And so 45%, I would just say the front office deserves much of the blame, because Rob Pelinka didn't put a good amount of the best players for that roster. You didn't get any shooting. And then from Darvin Ham, I'm holding him accountable in that aspect because of what he said in the opening night, when he said, he was going to have Russell Westbrook, as the leader on the defensive end. And I just don't see that at this moment. And they suck defensively too. So, and then if we want to go there, if we want to talk about the post game, right? When Darvin Ham, this is today, by the way, which I shared in the Discord, that Darvin Ham was asked about benching Russell Westbrook, and he said he doesn't care about feelings, at this point.
I didn't hear that.
Yeah, he said he doesn't care about feelings. But I mean, I think that was a generalized statement, because at the end of the day, NBA is a business. It's a business. You know what I'm saying? So it's Lakers. So if you have to do what's best to put your company or your franchise, whatever you're doing, in the best position possible, you gotta make tough decisions. And it's been this way for a long time, with Russell Westbrook being the scapegoat, for this roster. But he's just not playing well. He's not able to get his shot the way he could get his shot.
For sure, man. Yeah, like personally, I'm probably gonna put 70% of the blame on Rob Pelinka and Rob Pelinka alone. Look, this team doesn't work, and I just want to go over the positives before the negatives. Darvin Ham's a good head coach. He's a very good head coach because the fact you guys were shooting 6% from three at the halftime, right? And Dame was cooking because I'm actually watching this game. You guys were shooting 7% from three at the halftime. Dame was cooking, and you guys were only down by 7. And that's with you guys shooting 1 for 16 from 3. So the system's obviously working. The system's there. It's just you guys don't have the pieces for the system. Because if you shoot, 5 for 16 from 3, you're winning that game by instead of being down by 7, you're up by 5. And that's not even good. 5 for 16 ain't even good. So, Darvin Ham's a good head coach. You guys have great defense, and to your point, Pat, everything within the paint's working. LeBron's still shooting 50% from field. In the paint's working. It's just it's the shooting, man. It's the shooting, and
shooting and defense.
Well, that's
defense seems it doesn't even seem that bad.
How is Darvin Ham and
At the perimeter, at least.
how you tell me Darvin Ham, the assistant coach for the Bucks, their defensive assistant coach for the Bucks, and he can't even train his team to defense. That's like,
It's not how that works, man.
I mean,
You
yeah,
need
it's not.
defensive
It's not.
personnel.
Yeah, because you gotta understand in today's game, that's a big liability or a big responsibility for somebody who's on the defensive end, who leads on the defensive end, right? Like you have to sacrifice a lot of the time of your offensive play to take on that defensive assignment. Like there's rarely those players who are like true two-way players who can really put up 25 to 30 points. You get what I'm saying? Like you're not seeing that today, especially with how fast-paced this game is and with all the pick and rolls and like look at the way that Steph Curry gets a lot of his shots. You'll get like 4, you could probably get like 2, 3, 4 picks and to even get to Steph Curry to even attempt the block. You get what I'm saying? So but that's it is what it is at that point, but you can't look at it that way where you it's not the fact that he just has to teach defense. Like it's like nobody on there is a defensive specialist. When people were talking about Westbrook, I mean, we understand like he puts in effort, but I never really looked at Westbrook as a top defensive point guard. He was just somebody who was just aggressive, somebody who puts an effort on defense, but I didn't see him as like a lockdown point guard, because at the end of the day, he was in the West. Russell Westbrook's been on the West for a long time, he was going against players like Chris Paul, Steph Curry, Damian Lillard, all these guys basically on the day-to-day. I mean, he was going against them to get to the finals,
For sure.
But yeah, it's just reached the point. He just needs to be benched, and just make a trade. But I want to switch it to something else because we're not going to get off this. I think this deserves to be brought up. The 76ers are 0-3, and I would admit, right? I did say the 76ers would be near the top or one of the best teams in the Eastern Conference. So I'm not going to just put you on blast, right, Josh? But what's going on with the 76ers, bro? Because they're 0-3. They lost to the Spurs yesterday.
Yeah,
right? They lost to the Spurs.
Yeah. And this is what I'll say about the Sixers, man. You are putting me on blast, as you should, because they got the same record as the Lakers. But ain't nobody worried about the Sixers. That's what it comes down to. Ain't a soul worried about the Sixers. And if you do say you're worried, you're just hating because the Sixers lost to the Celtics and to the Bucks by very close margins, and those are two of the top teams in the NBA. Never mind the East. Top teams in the NBA. And yesterday against the Spurs, the Spurs just got hot. What it comes down to is Embiid's a little bit rusty, but once he shakes out that rust, we're gonna win every game. I ain't worried. It's all Embiid. I mean, he'll shake it out.
Yeah. I don't think there's anything to be worried about necessarily. But actually, no, there is something to be worried about. Is that your depth? The 76ers, their depth. I think they're really lean on their bench is just not deep at all. It isn't. I believe if I had the stat, I think you got they had like about like 20 odd points from their bench. So they realistically they have no depth. Their bench isn't putting up points. And not to mention, let's bring this up too. James Harden, I mean, like I said, I don't think this is anything to be worried about, at least right now. But I mean, he had 12 points today. You know?
Come on, Pat. He had back-to-back 30 bombs.
I mean, he did, but come on, like I mean, like you said, we just bringing up stats. We bring up everybody's stats, bro. Like I said, I'm not saying it's something to be worried about. Like, okay, it's James Harden falling off a cliff down. That's not what I'm saying. But he didn't play well today. Just like how we talk about LeBron. You hear Artem all the time. You hear AK all the time. He talks about LeBron. He just say he's a bad leader in their 0-3. You know what I'm saying? It's like so, but but I'm just saying, hey, at the end of the day, James Harden had 30 bombs. Right, he had 30 bombs in the first 2 games, but he had 12 points and they lost to the Spurs. Fact of the matter is, the 76ers do not have depth from their bench. They don't have a lot of guys who they can rely on from their guys coming off the bench. And 2, right? I know I keep repeating that, but James Harden is basically he has like 400 more dribbles than the entire team. The ball is in his hands.
As he should. As he should have 400 more dribbles.
As he should?
That's just James Harden. Yeah, he's a dribbler, man. You going to tell James Harden not to be James Harden?
Nah, I mean, that's not what I'm saying, though, bro. But, I mean, you just got to reassess. And I say if something, hey, if it walks like a duck and it quacks like a duck, hey, bro, it must be. You feel me? If there's a format, hey, I'm not saying, look, Joel Embiid had 40 points. Tyrese Maxey had 25 points, right? I mean, the anomaly was really James Harden. So if I mix in, if I throw in the fact that they're not deep on their bench and James Harden was the one that had a bad game out of the 3, that means James Harden, when it comes down to it, he can't be having these sort of games. He can't just be a dribbler and a playmaker. He has to score. Unless, Tobias Harris can really come in, or unless, he had 15 points, but it just wasn't enough that day.
Hey, man. I got 2 things to say. First, I'll address your point about depth, because I actually agree with that. The only thing that's worrying about me for the Sixers is Montrezl Harrell just seems lost up there, man. Like from my eye test person, like I'm watching these games, like I thought he was a center that was gonna help our depth a lot, but like he just looking at him, he seems confused. He doesn't seem like he knows what he's doing. He's supposed to be the dog, like a slasher type of player, but the Sixers like take a lot of threes and it's not like he does anything defensively. He's 6'6", and he's our backup center, right? He's a center that's coming off the bench. I don't like him. I don't like him. Hopefully, he can change that narrative around for me. But I'm agree with your point about depth, Pat. Yeah, man. James Harden. I'm telling you right now, he's averaging 25 plus this year. Like
as he should.
As he should. But
Embiid, I don't get. No. Let me let you finish, bro.
Yeah, Embiid was the reason Sixers lost the first 2 games. Harden was the reason they lost the 3rd game. So the Sixers they've been unlucky more than anything, man. Embiid's rusty. Harden might be a little rusty too, although it don't look like it. All I'm saying is it's more.
I wouldn't say James Harden. I wouldn't say James Harden is rusty. I think if I'm being dead honest, I mean, yeah, he had a bad game. I'm not putting them in the same category as the Lakers. I don't think the panic button really should be pressed at this point. I mean, but like I said, it's an 82 game season. Right. Sure. So we're talking about what we've seen. We're talking about, we're analyzing, we're assessing from what we've seen from them playing ball, and I think James Harden does look good. He had a bad game against the Spurs, but he does look good. He came into shape, right? Even Joel Embiid, I mean, there were some injuries with Embiid during the offseason, but he still managed to play. But I think that did mess up, his off-season workouts for him to be able to stay in shape during the season. And so I think it's scary for Embiid, man, because for him, I just want to see him be able to last through the playoffs. I want to see the 76ers to be able to fully compete, with a full roster, with Embiid not being hurt. So none of those headlines. I like, if he's to lose, I want to see him lose healthy. And I want to see Embiid win also. I'd rather see Embiid win than Jokic.
He's going to win that MVP. He's going to win that MVP.
Yeah, don't flatter yourself.
Who's going to win MVP? Embiid.
Embiid's
you don't know them
MVP
who's going to be third time MVP. Third in a row.
Hell no, Embiid's taking that.
He's saying that, but then he's not even talking about the fact Giannis dropped 44 yesterday. 44, 12, and 3.
Who dropped a triple-double last night, though?
But 40, hey, bro, I'm taking the guy who still scored 44 points and won. Right? I'm not knocking it. Yeah, he had the triple-double, but like I said, he didn't even have it. First off, he didn't have a triple-double yesterday. He had 6 assists. No, he didn't, bro. I'm looking at it right now. And remember, he's on my fantasy team.
Yo, Pat, why are you killing it in fantasy? Yo, quick disclaimer. This guy Pat's a good 100 points over me, and I'm the next best guy. So what's up with that,
bro? Because my fucking team is fucking nice. That's what the fuck is up. You hear what I'm saying? That, like, come on now. I knew what I was doing.
Look, I'm looking right now. Yesterday game against OKC, 19 points, 16 boards, 13 assists.
Let me see. I'm looking at. Damn. All right. The score be fucking me up. All right. I got you. All right. I'll give you that one. I can see that. He had a triple double. But yeah, bro. Come on now. All right. So then if I read you the stats, he had 19 points, 16 boards, and 13 assists. But Giannis had 44 points. Right. He had 12 rebounds and 3 assists. And Josh, who would you say had a better game?
Oh, Giannis. For sure. But then again, Giannis was playing against the Magic.
I mean, yeah, he was playing against the Rockets.
Yeah, so you
but Nuggets were playing against the Thunder. Like, he had 19 points against the Thunder.
So, have you not seen their players? Like, all their players are like over 7 feet pretty much.
The Rockets?
No, the Thunder.
I thought that was the Magic.
No, they played against
they played against no, Giannis played against the Magic. He didn't play against the Rockets.
I'm talking about Nuggets right now.
No, they played against the Warriors, right? 2 days ago, right? And then today they play OKC. Yeah, OKC.
Yeah.
So you said OKC.
And what I'm saying, he didn't have many points because literally majority of their lineup is people over 7 feet.
So you're saying basically the reason why he couldn't score over 20 is because he was being locked down?
Well, yeah, I mean,
that's what you're telling me, bro. What's going on? What you got, man?
I mean, you would when you're the best player. Just put like Robinson, Giddy, all these players like pretty much 7 feet tall on him.
I mean, he had 13 assists. Like I said, each game is valued differently. You know what I mean? Like, those 13 assists were valuable, but at the end of the day, Giannis is a different player. He's not going for 13 assists. He's going to dominate. Remember what I told you though. Giannis is a guy who likes to dominate the game. He's in the same conversation when you determine, like how you approach the game. He's in that category of like Kobe and Shaq, bro. Not at the same level, honestly. You know what I'm saying? Let me stop right there, at least put that out. But like I said, like, Jokic is a finesse player. He's very skilled. You know what I'm saying? He gets his triple doubles. But what the mentality that I see from Giannis and the mentality that I see from Jokic is two different things, bro.
That's
and from what I read from the stats alone, right? They win the game. Nuggets win the game, right? I mean, he had 19 points, 16 rebounds, 13 assists. That's a typical Jokic game, bro. That's almost like it's something you expect from him. But with Giannis, he's gonna come out, Bro, they beat him by 20. He didn't even probably need to drop 44. You know what I'm saying? So that's where when I speak on Giannis, I'm speaking from a position where he's been extremely successful at what he's done, right? Jokic hasn't played continuously at the highest level when it matters, so they can advance to the next round and potentially win an NBA championship, bro. This is what this season is for in the first place. So as of right now, like he's not even top 3 in the MVP conversation. And for me, I wouldn't say right now. You know, it's only
who's your top 3, Pat?
I mean, right now it's Luka, right? Luka's in the conversation.
Is he number 1?
Yeah, I'll right now I have it neck and neck with Lillard and Luka. Because Lillard had 2 straight, I believe he had 2 straight 40 bombs, right? I believe,
yes,
AK? Yeah, he had 2 straight 40 bombs. So got to give respect his due, just because Damian Lillard plays for a small market team, let's give that, let's talk about that, scoring basically over 80 points in 2 games. So let's give Dame Dollar his respect now, and then also I would probably put and can't sleep on Jason Tatum also. That's something that with the Boston Celtics, they're looking like a team that's not slowing down anytime soon, right? Even with the headlines, we're talking about the 76ers being 0-3, but the Boston Celtics are 3-0, a team that was in the finals, right? You know what I'm saying? Like if your Nuggets team, right, AK was to go to the finals, I don't even think they'll beat the Celtics.
Bruh, the only things that need to happen is that Jamal Murray needs to get his shit together. MPJ is cooking already.
Oh yeah. Oh, trust me, I know.
All right, bro, but I mean, but you didn't understand what I just said though. I said if they were to go against the Celtics, bro, they're losing. That's a matchup nightmare.
Oh, Jokic
right?
against
You talk about
Jokic,
huh?
1v1 Tatum, he slaps.
See, but bro, you put in star against star, and you talk about slapping. Absolutely not. That's not. First off, that's not gonna happen. Jason Tatum is putting up his numbers, and second, it's not gonna be Jokic on him most of the time. It's gonna be MPJ because they're wings, or Aaron Gordon. So Jason Tatum is putting up points against that, bro. And being honest, and like I said in the past, Nuggets have given up 60% in the restricted area, and that's on Jokic. So he's not stopping nobody. So there's no slapping on in that regard. You know what I'm saying? So Boston Celtics right now, they're the number 1 seed in the East. They're playing phenomenally, right? Jason Tatum had 40 points. So actually, he needs to be in the MVP conversation. It's really neck and neck at that point. Marcus Smart, right? He's not the essential point guard that you're looking for. He's not the point runner. That's what they brought in Malcolm Brogdon in. But I'm not saying Jamal Murray's gonna Marcus Smart's gonna completely lock down Jamal Murray. But currently, from what we've seen, come on, bro, Marcus Smart is putting clamps on Jamal Murray at this moment. Jason Tatum was giving Kevin Durant work on the defensive end. So what makes you think Michael Porter Jr. could do any better?
Damn, yeah, because JT would guard Michael Porter.
And you have Robert Williams, right? You have Robert Williams, who's, even though he's out right now, he's gonna be back later in the year, right? So you already know he gets like 2-3 boards a game, bro. He's an aggressive body in the paint. And let's not overlook Grant Williams anymore. He can defend. He's a 3-and-D player. He's almost like a young PJ Washington. So people are now starting to understand that you got to respect Grant Williams' shot. Malcolm Brogdon, even though he hasn't been as lethal from the 3 as we hoped, but the season just started, so we're waiting for that to really flourish out. But as of right now, Boston Celtics are 3-0. We gotta talk about that, bro. You know, they're the
I
ones
can't
that can.
disagree with anything you said. Yeah, I can't disagree with anything you said, man.
You know what I mean?
Celtics are nice.
Well,
And
Nuggets are
remember
still
this.
so that matters.
Huh?
Nuggets are
Say
still
again?
there.
Bro, like I said, it's a start, but Jamal Murray isn't even playing, right? And who did the Nuggets? They beat the Warriors, right? You said they beat the
Yeah.
Warriors.
Like 20 points.
All right, so they beat the Warriors, but they lost to the Jazz. So like I said, really for me to assess, like really hard assess an NBA team, I got to give it a month for you to really even like break
Yeah,
it
for
down.
sure.
You get what I'm saying? Like, you know, it's not like football. It's not like you could say, all right, this player, after 3 games, we can really look at each team and be like, okay, like this team is a disaster. This team can't do anything. You know what I'm saying? Like 2-1 isn't nothing in the NBA, bro. You know what I mean? You get what I'm saying? But but once we have that month, we can start looking at team breakdowns. We can start to see, we can start to actually rely on averages at the moment at that time, not just from a couple games worth, because a player can average like 30 something points now in the first month. Then later on, he could be averaging like 25, 26. I don't see Jason Tatum really or De'Aaron Fox staying at 34 points a game.
Yeah, what about Larry Markkinen? Larry Markkinen.
He's not up there right now. As far.
Yeah, that guy has the Jazz at 2-0 right now. Larry Markkinen MVP.
Yeah. Absolutely not, bro. They gotta, and like I said, when it comes to MVP, the norm has always been wins. You have to be at least a seeding within the first or the third seed, right? You're statistically dominant in the game, and you're the most valuable player to your team. Keyword, to your team. That's how it works. That's how it always worked. It's always been the norm, right? So, or at least majority of the time, because typically you'll have a number 1 seeding, or typically it would be like 1 to 3rd seed. You'll have the best player on each of those, and probably the best player from each of those teams, from those 6 teams that are top 3 in the seeding. Those usually are the players that are in the MVP conversation. So I don't see, like I said, I don't see Jokic being a 6th seed, this year, a 6th seed, 5th seed. I don't see him being that low in the seedings and winning an MVP. Not this year. Because like I said, the standard is already set. Like you said the greatest, the most efficient season of all time, right? Yeah. Unless he breaks it again, then and even if he breaks it again, right? He would the winning aspect of it all. Like he would have to be at least top 3, top 4 in the seeding.
Mm-hmm.
Because Russell Westbrook was the other anomaly, where he averaged a triple-double, and we given him MVP. He wasn't the top 3 seeding. He wasn't the OKC wasn't the top seed in the West at the time. But because he had a record-breaking season is the reason why they gave him MVP. But then after that, we know that he averaged a triple-double consecutively after that. He didn't win an MVP after that. See what I'm saying? So, and that's why I feel like that loss, even though the Nuggets were injured, it like excuses can only be held for so long, bro. Because we've seen great players have less and still succeed. Sometimes it accounts for players who've already been in a certain position. And then you can have a season of drop off. If you know, if you're in a better position than if you were a better position the previous year. You get what I'm saying? Like we're not gonna look at we're like let's just say Boston Celtics. Let's say if they get knocked off at the Eastern Conference Finals or in the second round, it would be it would be a disastrous L on their part, but we know that they're going to be able to compete later on. They're going to be able to compete later on as the years progress. You know what I'm saying? But if now at this position, I think with the Nuggets, I think Nikola Jokic takes a lot of blowback because given the fact that he's won MVP, they're gonna hold that to him, bro.
Yeah, now he's got his two best players back. He's got his two best players back too. So it's all narrative too. He ain't winning MVP, not a champ.
No, because he's going straight for a champ.
Huh? He's going straight to the championship?
Yeah, again, that ring straight away.
Nah, bro, that's a dub. That's a double. This is not happening, bro. Especially right now, because like I have to see how Nuggets approach, how the Nuggets approach a team that have really good wings. I got to see how they defend against that.
I'm telling y'all right now, Nuggets don't make it past the first round, bro.
Okay,
Nuggets don't make it past the first round. They go run into a team like the Warriors, Clippers, or Pelicans, and it's not going to look.
I'm not going to say that because it's still way too early. If you want to say that, you can say that. But I mean, especially how they look now, I say definitely second round bounce. Absolutely second round bounce.
Bro, like I said, still haven't seen what MPJ and Jamal Murray can do.
Bro, we know what they could do, bro. We know what they could do. I know what Jamal Murray could do, but like I said, he's coming off an injury. We have to. If it were anybody else, if it were somebody, Josh, if it were any team that's not his favorite team, he would say, "Yeah, he's done. He's fallen off a cliff." But he's holding by a thread, and so because he knows that's what he needs, so Jokic can be able to contend for a title, right? But like I'm keep reiterating, and what I keep saying is, I have to see how they play against teams that have really good 2 position to the 4 position.
Yo, I'm gonna put Artem on blast real quick. I'm gonna put to Pat's point. I'm gonna put Artem on blast real quick. Artem, you don't believe Jamal Murray is the same guy from 2020. Like in your heart of hearts, you don't believe that, man. You just don't. Fam, I want Jamal Murray to be sick too. This guy is from Kitchener, Ontario, which is like 25 minutes away from my home city, Toronto. If you don't know, like, trust me. Over here in Canada, we rooting for Jamal Murray. Don't get it twisted now. But after one playoff series, are we ready to say that this guy's all-star caliber? I'm not, fam. I'm not. I'm a guy from Toronto. I need to see more.
Well, it's not. Well, to be fair, I wouldn't say one playoff series. No, I wouldn't say playoff series. I mean, I would say playoff run because remember they beat the Jazz, they beat the Clippers, and then they essentially lost to the Lakers at that point, right?
That's what I meant. But just that 1 year in the playoffs, though. Like, are we ready to say he's?
Bro, but AK, he is an all-star, bro. I mean, he's not an all-star as at this moment, presently constructed as he is now.
Or he just needs a little time to remember what it's like. And then he'll slap everyone. He's going to get those 2020 numbers back,
Bro,
Jokic,
remember,
the best dude in the league. I can predict. I can already see the future. Like, it's gonna be duo like Kobe and Shaq right there.
No, absolutely not, bro. Jamal Murray is not Kobe, bro. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, dog. Stop that right now. Stop that right now. Okay, all right, so back to that. So by the season is over, then where do you have Jamal Murray in terms of point guard rankings? Because he has to be playing at the same, because the way you're talking, he has to be playing at the same level that he was. So where do you have him in the rankings? Because they're in that playoff series. Remember, Warriors weren't there, they weren't playing, so he didn't have to go against Curry, right? Clippers are really not known for They're not known for their point guard position, their backcourt at that time, right? So Jamal Murray, I mean, even though give him his respect, because he did drop 40 on Kawhi and Paul George, right? And that matchup between the Jazz and the Nuggets at that time, where they came back 3-1. I mean, it was a duel between Donovan Mitchell and Jamal Murray, right? So it was going back and forth. So you're saying after being so long, so gone from the game, right? He was gone for nearly 500 days, I believe, around 500 days, right? And then now he's gonna have to compete with people like Steph Curry, Luka, right? Now remember, Luka is a point guard also, and he's tearing it up too. No, and not to mention the acquisition with Christian Wood was a huge addition. You get what I'm saying? That like, I didn't expect Christian Wood to be knocking down trades like that. I don't see it happening every night, but that's very valuable. You know, I think Hardaway, especially Tim Hardaway Jr. You know, I think and Spencer Dinwiddie, Tim Jr. and the other guy with the dreads, I forgot his name too. But I mean, they can knock it down from three. They still need to improve on the defensive end. You know, but I could see them getting better. I could definitely see them getting better. You know, so like I said, you know, Damian Lillard is back. He had surgery too. I mean, it's not an ACL, it wasn't a knee surgery, but he just had back-to-back 40 games. Even though Nikola Jokic said himself, the first 20 games he's not going to be playing that great, which I can understand. You feel me? So that's why I'm not really holding that to him. But he has to. Remember, Jamal Murray was scoring about 26 points per game in that playoff series, nearly 27 points in that playoff run. In order for them to even be that successful, he would have to be scoring at least about that much, 24, or at least 23 to 27 points per game in the playoffs. And then Michael Porter Jr., if he could be a marksman that he is, be more like, he would probably have to be more of a 3-and-D, and hopefully somebody can take on that assignment, because I mean, F what it is, you know, I think today's game of basketball, it's a wing game. It's dominated by wings. You have a great wing, you're in a good position to win a championship. And I think that goes with any team. Because the wing can guard is defensively versatile. They can guard the one, depending on how tall they are and how athletic they are. They can even guard the 4 and the 5.
I'm gonna disagree with you when it comes to the wing take, Pat. You know, you need a point guard, man. You know, point guards. It's point guard show right now.
You need a point guard, but you don't. But a point guard is not what wins championships, bro. Look at if that were the case, why is Damian Lillard hasn't won a championship? They have a point. He's a point guard.
He's not the best.
He's not the best. But would you say, let's just say, if they had a really good wing, if they had a really good small forward, a really good 3, that would who can defend and probably drop like 15 to 18 points. That would considerably make their team a whole lot better.
Every championship team has had at least a top 10 point guard on it.
All right, but they've also had all right, but look, all right, let me point this out, because I'm not tripping. Because watch, I'm about to bring it up, because first off, last year, I'm gonna bring this up too, right? Andrew Wiggins, because y'all was necking him last year. When y'all said, "Oh, Andrew Wiggins should be NBA MVP," but right, remember, he was guarding Jason Tatum. Yes. He was the defense, but he was knocking down shots. So that right there is an example in itself. Who won the year prior? Right,
the Bucks. Yeah, Drew Holiday's top 10 point guard though.
I mean, he's a top 10 point guard, but they had Chris Middleton and Giannis, who can play the 3 and the 4. Those are wing players.
Everybody knew Drew got them over the hump.
No, it was Giannis solely. the biggest the biggest factor. Of course, Drew Holiday was a huge factor. I'm not negating that, but I'm talking about wings, bro. Every team has had a good wing, not just a point guard. And the year before that, before the Bucks, right, was Lakers, LeBron. Year before that, Raptors, Kawhi Leonard. Year before that, right, Warriors twice, Kevin Durant. Year before those two, Cavs, LeBron James. Right? Lakers.
Look, it's close. It's close. The importance between a wing and point guard is close. I'm not saying that it's like completely different, but what I'm saying is, if you ask me, yo, Josh, you want an elite wing or you want an elite point guard?
Taking an elite wing. I'm taking an elite wing. Why would you take a point guard over a wing?
Because point guards is what facilitate the offense. They're the orchestrator of the offense. If you have a shit point guard, it doesn't matter.
You can have a small a point forward.
Yeah, but those are rare. I mean, they're a lot more common nowadays, but you know.
I mean, yeah, they're a lot more rare. But typically, right? If we had to be honest from the positional standpoint, on like if you had to explain the game to a novice, typically, right? A point guard is usually the shortest position on the court, right?
Yeah, usually.
So if I can have a three, right? Let's just say a point guard on average, right, is like 6 feet, maybe 6'4". That's a one, right? Yeah. Now, and if you have a three who can probably defend better because he's longer, he has a longer wingspan, he's taller, so he can guard. He can relatively, depending on his defense and his skill, he can guard a person a one to three. They can guard the first three positions. Kawhi Leonard has been, before he was he was on the Raptors and he was scoring 25 to 30 points a game. He was a wing, and he was, guess what? He was locking down basically almost every position from the 4 to the 1, or to the 1 to the 4.
Who would you rather have, Jaylen Brown or Ja Morant?
I mean, but Ja Morant's a better player than Jaylen Brown, and Jaylen Brown is a two, is more of a two. He can play the three, but he's a guard, bro. Jaylen Brown's a guard, in my opinion.
Well,
he's a straightforward shooting guard, but can also play the small forward. But he's not a combo guard. He's not somebody that you're going to put at the one. He's a two.
Okay, then.
Yeah, but he's a wing though. Like Jaylen Brown's a wing. Yeah.
No, I mean he's a wing player, but I'm saying like his position, like the way you would run him, right? You're not necessarily on the offense. You're not setting him up at the two. Jason Tatum.
No, but that's a good example though, because Jaylen Brown is probably like the 6th best wing in the league, and Ja Morant's probably the 6th best point guard in the league. Like that's actually a good example.
No, I mean, no, it is a good example, but I mean Ja Morant. But now you're just comparing. You're comparing the individual accomplishments of who they are and what player you're taking. You get what I'm saying? Like, at the end of the day, do you see? Does Ja Morant have a championship? Not right now. But you see that, he has a really good team. When he's not there. But look at his team. He has good wings, doesn't he? Doesn't he have Dylan Brooks, Brandon Clark, Jaren Jackson Jr.? Last I checked, those are wings. Those are guys who can defend. Those are guys who can shoot.
Okay, but hear me out though. Hear me out. From a strictly basketball perspective, okay, like who's the better basketball player from an NBA basketball perspective? Not one-on-one. Who's a better basketball player from an NBA team basketball perspective? So in a 5-on-5 offense scenario, Ja Morant would be around the 6th best point guard in the league right now. Jaylen Brown would be around the 6th best wing in the league right now. So if you're taking Ja Morant over Jaylen Brown, that's basically you saying that the point guard's a more high value position in the league.
No,
that's
I'm
the logic
picking
I
Ja
have,
Morant.
man.
No, that's not why I picked him. I picked Ja Morant because he's a more consistent scorer and a more explosive scorer and he's the head honcho of his team, of the Memphis Grizzlies. Memphis Grizzlies
head
aren't
honcho.
as he's the head honcho. But I'm
Yes,
not
sir.
saying
But that
I'm
comes
taking
from being a point guard.
no, bro. Because first off, he doesn't even play like a traditional point guard. He's a scoring guard, right?
Yeah. No.
So
yes, he
he's
facilitates
a
the
scorer.
offense. He's a playmaker. He's a playmaker, though.
He's more of a scorer, bro. He's more of a scorer.
I swear he led the league in assists last season. In the playoffs.
No, he didn't.
In the playoffs. In the playoffs.
In the playoffs?
I swear he averaged a mad amount of assists in the playoffs. Who led the NBA?
But yes, but remember, he wasn't as the playoff run started to progress more and more. Like, remember, he had different assignments. I mean, he was getting hit with different defensive assignments. There were games where he wasn't as efficient from the field. He wasn't scoring as much because they were putting guys on him to guard him, right? And guess who they were putting on him? Wings, Andrew Wiggins, right? Gary Payton Jr.
Yeah, Gary
Payton the second. Actually, I don't think he was playing in that series actually, but he had some tough games, where he was being hit defensively, and Warriors are a good defensive team also.
That's true.
So you get what I'm saying? So like I said, if you're asking me a better question where you can put two players in the same tiers, because the reason why I answered in that fashion, because I don't think Ja Morant and Jaylen Brown necessarily where they're at in for their teams. I don't think they're in the same tier. You get what I'm saying? Like, Ja Morant is kind of relied upon more for his team than Jaylen Brown is for his team, and that's not knocking Jaylen Brown, but he's not the face of that. He's not the face of that team. Now, if you ask me a more relevant question, like a person who's a true three, right? Like, hey, who am I taking, Ja Morant or Jason Tatum? Who are you taking? Because that's a better comparison in mind.
No, it's not.
No,
yes, it is.
No,
How
it's
is it not?
Because I'll tell you why it's not. Because in terms of ranking the position, Jason Tatum's probably like the third best wing, where Ja Morant's the sixth best point guard. See, with the Jaylen Brown Ja Morant comparison, Jason Tatum's not that much better than Jaylen Brown.
Bro, but Jaylen Brown is a two, bro. That's what I'm saying. He's a guard. If you have him ranked primarily, he is a shooting guard. He's always religiously played the shooting guard. Jason Tatum is a three, bro. He's a guard. Jason Tatum is a wing too, isn't he?
The two guard position. There are a lot of wings at the two guard position.
Okay, hold on. But continue. You can continue talking. I don't want to.
Artem, you get what I'm saying, right, AK? Yeah, like, so, okay, if I'm going to rank the top 6 point guards, I have a list, and I'll prepare that list right now. I have it, Luka Doncic, Steph Curry. Don't argue the list. The list is irrelevant. I'm just giving you an example in terms of ranking. Luka Doncic, Steph Curry, Kyrie Irving, Dame Lillard, Trae Young, and then Ja Morant makes the 6th spot. If I was going to give a ranking of the wings, in no particular order, probably Kevin Durant, Jason Tatum, LeBron James, then we have guys like Kawhi, and then somebody else, and then Jaylen Brown would be number 6. So we're taking the 6th best wing, and then the 6th best point guard, and then we're comparing those two. So that's why it's a good comparison.
No, I got you. Yeah. So yeah, and you were right. So it's a player that can switch between the shooting guard and the small forward position. Right. So you're right in that, and you are right in that regard. But when I as I'm looking at it now, right, when you're looking at wing players, you're seeing players like Kawhi Leonard, LeBron James, Kevin Durant. Like, if you bring up, but you said Jason Tatum is a bad example. He's a wing, just like Jaylen Brown. Is he not?
He is.
So, and for me, right, if you have Jaylen Brown, who's the leader of that team, the face of that team, and you have Jason Tatum, who's also the face of his team, why wouldn't you compare them? They're the same tier in regards to what they provide for their team. They're the leader of their team. And like my statement said in the beginning, because you're trying to compare them You're trying to compare them neck and neck. When I'm telling you, I would take a dominant wing over a dominant point guard. Because
Yeah,
there isn't.
I hear what you're saying, but I just think you're wrong,
Because,
Pat. I mean,
bro, no, I'm not. If you think I'm wrong, look at the best players in the NBA. When you're talking about necessarily the best players every year in the NBA, think about why it's so hard to have a point guard as number one. Because the wing player, not necessarily wings, because it's a tall man's game. Bigger guys are typically going to be the best player in the NBA, right? It's just it's harder to you can't front there. Now, we've always heard the argument, right? What if Chris Paul was a little bit taller? What if Russell Westbrook was 6'4", 6'6", 6'7", right? We've heard those arguments before about what if these players were taller. And look at the way Russell Westbrook is playing. Was playing. Imagine if he was 6'6", 6'7" guard. Look at the way,
here's a hot take. I think he'd be shittier. I think he'd be shittier if he was 6'7", 6'6".
No, I don't think so.
Because but with increased height comes increased muscle mass, and with increased muscle mass comes less speed. You understand? Like the way these guys develop, I think that's a shitty. I just think the way these guys develop is completely different if these guys are taller.
But remember, Russell Westbrook was somebody, he was able to slash to the rim and yam it, dunk it. Remember, but back then, he wasn't as bad as he was an inside shooter as he is now. Back then, he used to knock down his dunks, his layups. He was a dunking machine. So and especially he has hops already. He had OD hops at that time. So if you're saying if a guy like Russell Westbrook wasn't, if he were 6'6", he wouldn't be just as good, or probably not even better. He would be crazy unstoppable to defend.
He'd be slower.
Why you think it, bro? I mean, not necessarily. Just because a player is taller, that doesn't. Let's stop that chat, bro. Because a player is taller, that doesn't necessarily make them. I don't think that makes them slower. If a player can run, no. If a player can run, he can run. How tall is Usain Bolt? He's the fastest man in the world. How tall is he? Is he slower because he's taller?
How tall is Usain Bolt? I don't know how tall he is.
He's taller than me.
Completely different. That's like not related.
No, it's not, bro. There's tall players like LeBron, right? LeBron is seen as an extremely athletic player. He's a guy who's fat. Who was when you saw LeBron in his prime, when he was young, right? He was arguably the best athlete on the court. You always saw that, right?
Yeah, but not the fastest. He was fast, but not the fastest.
Bro, I mean, he was fast, but why does it matter? Can you even compare that? The fact of the matter is he's fast. Is he not? He's tall and fast.
And Usain Bolt, I just checked, is 6'5", which is closer to Russ than it is to LeBron, though.
That's true.
6'5", LeBron. All right, so all right, so LeBron. All right, Russell is 6'5", but he's still fast, right? Isn't that the point?
Yeah,
he's the fastest man in the world, and
it's a closer height to Russ than it is to LeBron.
Russ is like 6'4".
But you're making it seem as if a guy is taller, right? Didn't I say 6'6", 6'5", or around 6'7", around that height range?
And LeBron is not.
Bro, all right, but isn't he still an athlete? Isn't he still fast, right? That doesn't slow him down. For the fact that he's taller doesn't slow him down. You could be fast and be at that height, bro. You're just not a small guy. Yeah, you're not as quick, but you can still be extremely fast. I'm not trying to compare those like a point guard speed, you know what I'm saying, to a wing speed. Fact of the matter is, like, where I'm getting at. Well, I mean, where were we even going with this?
Yeah, we went out the course a little bit, ain't gonna lie.
But yeah, I'm taking a dominant wing. I mean, I'm taking a dominant 3. Let me just be specific. I'm taking a dominant 3 over a dominant 1. That's where I'm coming from.
What about you, AK?
No, I'm taking a... You know what? I actually agree. I would take a 3.
Damn, that's crazy,
bro.
Because you can't. He can play all around.
Why? Guess. All right. Let me reiterate this, and let me be. Would the Warriors have won those 2 championships back to back if Kevin Durant had not went to the Warriors?
I don't think that's the right question. I don't think that's the right question though.
No, I'm asking you a follow up. So I'm listening to what I'm saying though. saying-
No, they would not. Would not have won the. LeBron would have won those 2 championships.
Okay. I'm not saying he wins those. I'm not saying he wins 2. I've been on record to state that he at least wins 1 more, right, out of those 2.
But
right?
you see
And
that the difference is that you're bringing KD, who was clearly the best player on the team at that time. Like he got
on the Warriors.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, yes. But the fact that, bro, you're making my argument, bro. He's a 3.
No,
If he's the best player, he's a 3, right?
Exceptional 3. He was the best player on the team.
Bro, that's my point. Why wasn't Steph Curry number 1, right? Why wasn't he won MVP? He won back-to-back MVP. Did he not? So then why are we saying Kevin Durant is the best player on the team? Because Kevin Durant can do what Steph Curry does and be 7 foot tall. You get what I'm saying now? So you needed a 3. You needed a 3 to beat a 3. You needed a small forward to beat another small forward. And Josh just said if they hadn't had Kevin Durant, they would have beat him. So I have him just basically acknowledge it without even knowing where it was going.
Yeah, but I have KD and LeBron both in my top 5. So I think those, like when it comes to the 3 conversation, when it comes to those 2 specifically, I think it gets a little dicey because LeBron and KD aren't the average, all time, top 5 all time, KD and LeBron all time. Same conversation with Michael Jordan, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
Larry Bird is above Kevin Durant, in my opinion. You know, and even though I know, like, you know, I didn't personally watch Larry Bird, I've watched Kevin Durant, but you know, Kevin Durant has been hurt throughout the prime of his career, even though he's still able to put up crazy numbers. But I can't at this point, from what I've seen from Kevin Durant, I cannot say that he's above Larry Bird in terms of the category of the small forward position. It would be LeBron James, then Larry Bird, then Kevin Durant, and in terms of their NBA career. But if Kevin Durant plays Larry Bird in a game of basketball 1-on-1, obviously, yeah, he's better. He's a better player. But no, he's not the best. He's not the second best small forward of all time. I got to give that to Larry Bird, strictly from what he's done. So that's that, man. Feel me? That's where I have it at. All right, so let's go over these games now, man. Utah Jazz, they're in overtime. They're going against the Pelicans right now, and yes, it is in overtime. Jazz are up 120 to 119. Let me see what we got. Oh, what's his name?
Larry
McCann.
Markkinen.
Yeah, Larry Markkinen. He got 31 points, 12.
Holy shit. Yo,
I tried the crazy thing.
Wait, how many did
34 points. Oh, 31 points, 12 rebounds. So he was 9 for 17 and 40% for 3. So he had a really good game. Clarkston too, 18 points. Kelly Olynyk at 18 points. And then let me look at the Pelicans real quick. Oh man, Brandon Ingram, horrible game, bro. 10 minutes, 10 points. Oh, did he get hurt or something? Oh, he got hurt. Oh man, concussion symptoms.
Man. Concussion, bro. Damn.
Yeah, so he fell down. And then Zion, he played 29 minutes. He scored 25 points. He had 6 rebounds, 1 assist, but he was 10 for 16 from the floor. So he
carried.
Yeah, man, that hurt though, for real.
You look at CJ McCollum. Give him his
Huh?
flowers, Pat. Give
Huh?
CJ his flowers.
I mean, I always give CJ's flowers, but the thing about the thing about
Can I
CJ
quickly
McCollum, what
say
I've
something
said.
off topic?
What's up?
I don't know if you'll check fantasy, but I'm above Josh right now.
You're above Josh.
Yeah. So on
I mean-
Josh's face when I said that.
Yeah, but you losing against you losing your matchup. You worried about Josh. You you
Yeah,
you losing.
By 50 points, which is like nothing. I still
Bro,
have
you still
Kawhi
got-
and John Wall to play.
All right,
And
Kawhi
this
and
guy
John
has
Wall.
nothing. No one playing yet.
Oh yeah, nah, he has Zubac. He has Okay, yeah. So it's gonna be tight, bro. It's gonna be tight. It's definitely gonna be tight. I'm worried about my matchup low key because my cousin he has a good team. Yeah, but I still got Steph Curry still needs to play in the second half, and he already has 28 points. Devin Booker needs to play. I got Miles Bridges and I got Reggie Jackson playing tonight too. So I'm
Shea
gonna
took the day off today. So.
I'm gonna have to make some decisions though on my roster though. I can't really let y'all know what's going on.
All I know is that I'm playing you next week and I'm gonna slap you like that.
Yeah, sure. You wouldn't even know. You don't even know what to do with your own roster, bro.
Yeah. But going back to the previous topic.
Because you going day to day. You going to look at it and be like, I beat you today. Man. I'm playing the long game. You could play.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I play for the week, bro.
All I know is that I got Sabonis for free. I don't know who was
Yeah, that's
smart enough to just drop Sabonis like that, but
Oh, they're
he's
idiots.
that was
Pretty
crazy.
Job.
pretty sure it was tied too. The one I play against, he dropped Sabonis.
Yeah. Oh, he dropped.
Yeah,
him?
for Mike Conley. Talk about short-term
Oh
investments.
my god, bro. That man is bugging.
I mean, Bakan did bring 58 points, but for Sabonis, to drop.
And then he's on your roster right now, so he's playing against
yeah. Oh yeah, he's playing right now for me.
you. Idiot, bro. So he dropped the player, and then you play, and then now you're using him against him, and he's
Yeah.
cooking against him now.
Yeah, he
Damn,
already has
bro.
27. It's only half time.
Damn. he
Hey,
fucked
but
up.
Cash,
And he-
you dropped RJ Barrett though. I snagged him.
yeah, nah, that's you can have that, bro. You good off that. I'm fine.
Alright, thank you. I appreciate it, man. Appreciate you.
I don't need. He's good. When you need him, you know what I'm saying. But on a day to day, I'd rather he's somebody I can swap out. So you good off that.
Hey, we dropping second options now. That's crazy.
That's how I play. That's how I play, bro. But it is 6:48. And we've been on for like at least 112, 113. Start, cut. Oh, so we got a question. We got a comment. Ryan, start, bench, cut in their prime. LeBron, KD, Bird. In their prime. I mean, start LeBron. Bench. I would still. I mean, given the team, because Larry Bird did have a really good team, right? The biggest where Kevin Durant takes a hit in his reputation is the fact that he played. Obviously he switched. He made that switch from OKC to the Warriors, so that definitely he takes a big hit from there, and then also going against the Celtics. So and he was getting locked down for a majority of that series, especially against Jason Tatum. But, I'm going to have to contradict myself. Bench KD because it's still a matchup nightmare. Let's say if Kevin Durant was on that Boston Celtics team, he could do monstrous things also. But like I said, I was talking about NBA career standpoint and what they've accomplished. But if I'm picking up players, start LeBron, bench KD, cut Larry Bird. Oh, I think that's. Oh, so that's what he said. Oh, I think that's. So, that's a good question though. I definitely agree with that one. But what you got to say, AK, about oh my
You
God,
see,
what you got to say?
at the prime of LeBron, he was in Miami Heat where he had D Wade and Chris Bosh beside him.
Oh God.
Due to that, I'm gonna have to go with Larry Bird to start.
Oh my God, bro, stop saying that, bro. First off, LeBron's prime is you keep knocking it. Why you keep leaving it at 3 years? LeBron's
Was
prime
just
was
in those
not
3 years.
just no. It's bro. No, it's not, bro. No, it's not. You sound like you don't watch basketball. Saying
Bro,
something
it's
like that,
last
bro.
it's last year of
It's
Cavs and all
no,
years and
no. It's not last years of Cavs and all years of Heat. No, it was
Yeah,
from
I
the
disagree.
time he. Yeah, it's from the time he went to Miami, and then I wouldn't even say the first year he went to Miami. I say the second year he went to Miami is when his real prime was when he truly ascended as the best player of that decade. And then you're talking about all the way up to I would say last year he was on the Cavs. And he's and people and there's still people who still come out and say LeBron James could have won MVP the year he led the league in assists. So that's wrong, bro. Stop saying the Heat is his only prime. That's wrong, bro. Because there were times on the Cavs where you talk about efficiency. Like I've showed you his per during those times, right? In the season and the playoffs, he had better season totals than an MVP. So one guy won MVP, but he had better season totals. So why would you not classify that as his prime? And then I'm gonna keep saying this too. If a player is being selected for all NBA honors, that is considered part of their prime.
All NBA first team or just all NBA in general?
But at that time he was first team. LeBron was
for sure.
during.
But
You get what I'm saying? But if I would say minimum, like, because peak. I say, well, really any all NBA selection. If we're gonna be there, that's really how your peak is being measured, in my opinion. If you're talking, if you're trying to analyze it as best as possible. You know what I'm saying? Like, obviously, some players are not as great as others, but you have players who year in and year out play extremely consistent. You know what I'm saying? And so, right, the reason why we say LeBron is not, an all NBA first team player, you know what I'm saying? Why he's not in his prime at this moment, even though despite last year he scored 30 points. I mean, he was third team last year, even though he missed like damn near 30 games. But he was still third team, all NBA third team. Now, I think that's prime LeBron? No, because from what we've seen from prime LeBron was never anything less than all NBA first team, bro.
For sure.
For an entire decade. So just because he had better stats on or better scoring stats, right? He had his MVP years with the Heat. That's not where his prime stops, bro. You sound crazy saying that. Because you can make a very valid argument, right? For me, I don't care what you tell me. I'm taking 2017, 2018 LeBron. If I had a choice to pick between Heat LeBron and 2017, 2018 LeBron and put them on the Heat team, I'm taking that LeBron.
Damn.
I'm picking that LeBron because LeBron was, even though LeBron is not necessarily a knockdown shooter, you could say at that point he was shooting better than he was at that time, right? And he was doing more with. Yes, he is.
Percentage-wise, no, but in terms of like when you factor in volume,
percentage-wise, no. Percentage-wise, yes, bro.
No, percentage-wise, he shot the best with the Heat. That's a fact. He shot 41% from three. I think in 2012 or 2013, which was his highest he ever shot. 40% being in there is something LeBron, can can rave about, honestly, because Jordan shot nowhere near 40%. 40% is great, but he shot 40% on like 3 attempts. 2018, 2017,
It was low
LeBron,
value.
Yeah, it was super low volume, 3 attempts. 2017, 2018, LeBron, he shot around like 36%, but he shot off like 8 attempts, which is crazy. So 2018 LeBron's a better shooter. 2012 LeBron, but it's just, it depends what you want.
But I mean, so he was like, okay, so you got that. He was like, 36. He was like 36. Yeah, he was like 36, 37% around that time. So, like I said, in LeBron's game was a lot more mature. He had a Bird player efficiency rating at that time, especially in the playoffs. He had one of the highest player efficiency ratings in the playoffs around that time. So, hey man, that's just how I feel. You know what I mean? So but
yeah.
And honestly, if you really want to measure the peak of LeBron's greatness, Arno, like if you want to talk about his prime, stop looking at his regular season numbers. Because I know you don't care about playoffs, but I want you to try something new. I know you don't care about playoffs, but let's try something new here. How about you look at every playoff statistical year, bro? Because that's his prime. That's going to tell you his prime, right? That's the true level of greatness right there. If you want to talk about prime, don't look at those Miami numbers, those Miami regular season Miami numbers, right? Don't just look at those. Look at all of it. Look at it as a collective. Look at everything.
Well,
you know what I'm saying? Like in it's just LeBron has been doing so much for so long, bro. And that's just a fact. He's the best small forward in NBA history. Larry Bird is not over LeBron James, bro. I'm sorry, he's not.
Just want to acknowledge that even though he's not, if you have any of these 3 small forwards outside your top 10, you don't know basketball. I'll say that with my chest.
Kevin Durant is not a top 10 player all time.
Oh my God, Pat.
He's not, bro.
That's like offensive to the basketball gods, bro. Honestly.
No, it's not. No, it's not.
Yes, it
bro.
is.
Because
Yes,
first
it is,
off,
bro.
who are you? No, I'm not. I'm not.
I'm finna get struck by lightning, bro. Sitting in my couch. The gods are gonna strike.
Kevin Durant. In what sense is Kevin Durant a top 10 player?
In what sense is he not?
Who would you take out? Who would you take out? Because are you measuring this off skill? Or what are you measuring? Accomplishments, accolades, skill?
Okay, it's a very simple question, because when you talk about the greats, this is a very simple question. What can't Kevin Durant do? No, Pat, I actually want you to explain this to me from a basketball perspective. Like, what can't he do? Because I actually don't know what he can't do. He can do everything.
Win a championship on his own team.
Yeah, but like
he hasn't done that.
With Kevin Durant, that's a team.
Yes,
it
does,
bro. Scenario,
bro. If you're talking, bro, you're talking about NBA players of all time. It's a team game. All the players that I played played the same exact team game.
KD had to play with Russ.
Doesn't matter. He played with Westbrook. I mean, he played with Steph. He played with Kyrie. That's not an excuse for him. First off, let's not even say that, because that's not fair to Westbrook. Because Westbrook was a outstanding player when he played with Kevin. When he played, with Kevin Durant.
But his decision making, it was what sold them. Let me tell you something that a lot of people don't know, which is absolutely egregious.
I agree. I'm not disagreeing
in the series that the OKC lost to Golden State Warriors, right? That series, Russell Westbrook was easily a top 8 player, and I would still tell you that he's a top 8 player. But his egotistical fucking mindset during the games, you ain't gonna believe this. This is a stat not a lot of people know. During the games where Golden State made the 3-1 comeback against OKC, because OKC was up 3-1, Russ took more shots than KD.
Yeah.
How does that happen? Like, as a decision maker as a team, as the orchestrator of the offense, Russ being the point guard, how does that happen?
No, I agree there. That in itself, Russell is detrimental to the team. You know, that was brought up. Russell Westbrook shouldn't be taking more shots than Kevin Durant. But as I recall, I don't remember the Thunder beating the Warriors, and I don't recall the Thunder after their appearance when they lost against the Heat. I don't recall them going back to an NBA Finals outside of his run with the Golden State Warriors. So you can't just look at skill here, bro. If you're talking about the greatest players of all time, they've overcame adversity. They've won when it mattered most. Their career is all said and done. Kevin Durant has questions in his career, bro. There's a reason why Steph Curry is in that argument and Kevin Durant isn't. Did you hear any conversation? Bro, you just got through this offseason. Did you hear any conversation with anybody saying Kevin Durant is a top 10 player of all time?
Pat, I promise you. No, this is like, you know, this is just something like basketball people know.
But Pat,
Kevin
you don't
Durant's
see,
better than Curry.
by the end of his career, you don't see KD being top 10 all time. Not right now.
The only way Kevin Durant can be over time, he could be 11 to 15. Only way he can crack that top 10 is if he wins another championship.
Oh hell no, bro! I'm gonna get struck by lightning sitting on my own damn couch.
Yes, bro. Yes, because that's how he's being measured. That's how he's being measured. Kevin Durant, first off, if you can't compare him career stats necessarily because he's missed so many games, right? But he's still putting up phenomenal numbers. So I'm not knocking that. If you're talking about averages, percentages, what he can do on the court, skill wise. But if you're talking about the players who've done it already, who won their MVPs, multiple MVPs, right? So, hey man, that's and like I said, I'm not saying Kevin Durant isn't, like, if you're probably talking about a one-on-one game of basketball, yes, I can understand that. You know, he could beat a lot of players in a one-on-one game of basketball. He can probably beat Michael Jordan in a one-on-one game of basketball. But if you're not talking that, then what argument are you necessarily making to say that he's a top 10 player?
Okay, the biggest thing is with Kevin Durant is he doesn't need the ball. That's what's crazy. You just drop him anywhere, he's gonna find a way to score because he just takes his little 3 dribbles, he rises up, and then he shoots. See, like, I'll admit, a player like James Harden is nowhere near Kevin Durant in terms of prime, because at the end of the day, James Harden relies on a step back. He's constantly dribbling, right? Look, James Harden, I'm not disrespecting Harden in any way, but Kevin Durant is 7 foot tall. He can pull up from 35 feet out. Like, Pat, you're taking Hakeem over Kevin Durant? Are you taking Shaq over Kevin Durant?
Yeah.
Okay, that's actually not a good comparison because I have Shaq number 6 on my list and I have KD number 5, so that's not a good comparison. But are you taking?
You have
Kareem Abdul. You're taking
bro?
Kareem. I have KD number 5 on my list. Yes, easily.
Okay.
Number 5.
Okay. Okay, bro.
Here's the thing, Pat. Here's what you might not understand, Pat. If you go to any LA Fitness, any court where you live, you go with the microphone because you're a YouTuber. You could do this. You go to a microphone. You say Kevin Durant or Steph Curry all time. I'm telling you, everyone there saying Kevin Durant. There's not going to be one soul that says Curry over Kevin Durant. If you ask real hoopers, go to LA Fitness, you ask real hoopers, they're going to say KD.
But that's what I'm asking you. What are you measuring, bro? Because first off, you're comparing a 6'3" guard to a 7'8" forward, right?
Yes.
And second of all, you're proving my argument even further from before in stating that you would rather have a 3 than a 1, because remember, Steph Curry is a 1 and Kevin Durant is a 3. So that in itself, right? I agree that if I'm picking players, right? If I see a guy at 7 foot and can do almost who can shoot just like Steph Curry, obviously I'm picking Kevin Durant from a matchup perspective.
And that's what I measure as better, Pat. See, you have the two things separated, and I don't.
But then
you even said you'll take KD over Larry Bird when he asked you the question. You even said that in terms of a matchup perspective,
bro. But I said NBA. Did
I
I
don't
not
have the
say
two separated?
Did I say, bro? Yes, you are separating it, because you're not equal. You're not putting into effect on what they've accomplished, and that's what I explicitly said. I said NBA career. Everybody that we said, first off, they never played together. You're talking about completely different eras, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, I know Kevin Durant would ball in any era because of what he can do, but you're talking about physicality. You're talking about dominance. You're talking about players who capitalized on the moment. Like Shaq was a 3-time consecutive Finals MVP.
Shaq's
right?
Nice. Shaq's
Hakeem was a post up beast.
Hakeem's number 10.
Hakeem, all right, he's number 10, but
Yeah,
everybody
he's
above him deserves to be there in there.
Yes.
Kevin Durant done what Kobe Bryant has done? No. Right?
Kobe Bryant's 7.
But that's my point. No, he does not. Kevin Durant is not above Kobe Bryant, bro. You're smoking if you're saying that.
No. Yo,
Yes,
Kevin,
yes,
Kobe
yes, you
cannot
are,
shoot
bro.
the tray ball
Yes,
like
you are,
KD
bro.
can shoot the tray ball.
Yes, you are, bro. Yes, it doesn't matter about what he can shoot, bro. There's a lot of players that can shoot. That doesn't. You're not even talking about his career. You're talking about his game. You're talking about skill. I'm not talking about skill. I'm talking about their NBA career. An NBA in Kevin Durant's career is not equal to Shaq, Kobe, right? Tim Duncan, right? Larry Bird, Wilt Chamberlain, Magic Johnson, Bill Russell, Kareem, and then LeBron James and Michael Jordan. His career is not even anywhere near close as those careers, bro, in terms of what they've accomplished.
Yeah,
you have to be on crack to say fucking Kevin Durant is a top 5 player all time, bro.
Yeah, but see, that's where the wording gets a little construed, because I agree with you. Kevin Durant is not near those guys when it comes to accomplishments. When accolades, NBA championships, he only has 2 championships. I don't think you can really deny that. But when we say best player, that means best player. That doesn't mean best winner. Those are 2 different things. Those are 2 very, very different things. The best player.
I said accolades and what they won.
Yeah, but best
and what
player
they won,
means
right?
best
Larry
player.
Bird. Larry Bird in the 80s was the best player in the league. Right? Wasn't he not?
I have Magic over Larry.
No,
I have Magic
no,
5 on my list. I have Magic above KD.
No, bro. Let's be. I'm being honest here. Larry Bird was better than Magic Johnson, bro.
He was. He's a better player
He was.
than
Magic averaged 13 assists. Magic averaged 13 assists.
Okay, but Larry Bird was a better player, bro. He was Magic Johnson was a better playmaker, but he wasn't as dominant as Larry Bird. Larry Bird was killing people on the court, bro.
Magic was better at defense. He was a better finisher. I mean, Larry only had shooting over Magic. It was a lot of shooting. Don't get me wrong. Magic damn near didn't have a jump shot, but
you know what
compared
I'm
to
saying?
Larry,
and Larry Bird has 3 MVPs. KD has 1.
no,
Larry Bird has 2 Finals MVPs. It's same as Kevin Durant. But look at his team. Look at the team he won it with. Larry Bird isn't a pushover on defense neither. He was 3-time All NBA defense second team. 50-40-90 player twice. like I said, I'm not saying they're better because if that's the case, because of what you're saying player, right? Then
Yeah.
are you saying Kyrie Irving deserves to be top 10 player of all time then?
No, but he's approaching the top 25. I mean, I have James Harden in my top 20 players of all time. Kyrie, I would have to think about that, but he's definitely top 25 all time. Yes, all time. And it's egregious that he didn't make the top 75 list because like that just shows me that the NBA is strictly narrative like basis. You know?
I mean, yeah, I agree. Kyrie Irving should have been in the top 75. I mean, it's a stretch, but he deserves to be in it. If Damian Lillard was in it, Kyrie Irving needs to be in it.
Yeah,
I'll say that.
Sure. Okay, yeah.
But the thing about it is, I don't believe Damian Lillard should have been in the top 75. I wholeheartedly believe that he shouldn't be in it.
No, neither do I.
I firmly believe I've been on record saying this that Dwight Howard should have been in the top 75.
But actually, I'm gonna say Dame should have been in it. Yeah, I think people needed to be removed from the top 75.
I mean, there are other players that could have been removed over Dame.
They have like Bob Pettit in the top 75. I don't know who that is.
Damian Lillard is not a top 75 player.
But Tracy,
or at least
Tracy's.
Tracy definitely should have been in there. I mean, what about Tony Parker, Manu Ginobili? You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, all those guys.
So,
especially Manu. These kids born in 2010 will never know about Manu Ginobili.
You talking? Artem, AK, you know?
All you younglings watch it.
What?
You know who Manu is? Manu Ginobili.
Manu Ginobili?
Yeah.
Well, Josh talks a lot about Manu Ginobili.
Didn't he like basically like created the Euro step? Am I tripping?
Yes. No, you ain't tripping.
Yeah.
That's a fact.
Yeah.
Bro, every time I saw that Euro step, like I just be watching him drive. He do the Euro. I saw.
And let me bring this up too. Actually, since we already comparing small forwards. So then, where's LeBron then on that list of yours?
LeBron's number 3.
So KD is 5 and LeBron is 3.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's ridiculous, bro. Kevin Durant is not even close to LeBron, bro. He's not even close.
LeBron's a much better playmaker, which gives him the edge. But shooting
and puts he makes up for him. But bro, how much do they average in their career? LeBron averages 27 points in his career, just like Kevin Durant. That's what I'm saying. You keep bringing up shooting, but what about this? What about the points per game averages? How about that? Doesn't that matter too? What are you shooting for? To score. So LeBron James has been putting up 27 points religiously while being a playmaker, while being a point forward. Kevin Durant has never been asked to do the same thing LeBron James has ever done for a team to lead them to a finals.
Yeah, when it's all said and done, though, KD's going to average like 30 points or 29. Probably like 29.
And he's on my squad, bro. He's on the Nets. I want Kevin Durant to win with the Brooklyn Nets. But come on, bro. To say that he's a top 5 player all time, absolutely not, bro. He would have to. First off, if he like I said, if he wins this championship, he would crack it. And that's debatable. Because I could see him taking out maybe a Hakeem. Maybe I could see him taking Hakeem's spot. But Hakeem was an MVP along with the Finals MVP.
Actually, no, I see it too.
You get what I'm saying? But he can't take that over Hakeem until his career is all said and done, bro. You're giving him top 5 over because of what? Because he can shoot, because he's hard to guard. There's a lot of players that's hard to guard. Shooting isn't the only. That's not enough for you to say you're a top 5 player, because a lot of those, because you're bringing up shooting, a lot of those players on that list weren't great as a shooter as Kevin Durant, but they accomplished more than him.
Yeah, but Pat, like,
So
okay,
you
let's
have-
not
you
make
have-
it seem that Kevin Durant can only shoot. He does everything. What can Kevin Durant do? It's not
He
just
doesn't
shooting.
do what
does
he
everything.
doesn't. No, he doesn't, bro. No, he doesn't. I just explicitly said LeBron James. What LeBron James is asked to do, what was he asked to do throughout the prime of his career? Kevin Durant never did that, bro. Never
But what
did that,
about-
and you cannot
what
say
about-
that.
What about the skill? KD is one of the most skilled players of all time.
Nobody's negating that. I told you that. If you're talking about skill, yes, Kevin Durant is up there, but skill doesn't make up for the other aspects of your NBA career. You're just a really nice player. If you're talking about skill, you can have a lot of players who could have potentially be the most skilled players in the NBA. If you're talking about Derrick Rose before he got injured, you can arguably say he was one of the most skilled players in the NBA. You get what I'm saying? Like, come on now. Like, if you look at some Derrick Rose highlights, you would go crazy. And LeBron James had better stats than Derrick Rose that year. That year when Derrick Rose won MVP. So come on, man. I'm playing around, dog. Y'all take away credit from one man, but y'all give so much credit. Y'all give too much credit when it's not warranted, bro. Like I'm pretty sure you have Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan it basically makes my argument, bro. Michael Jordan isn't as good as a shooter as LeBron James, and nowhere near good as a shooter as Kevin Durant. But you have him number 1.
Okay, I'm actually say, okay, when we talk about shooting, right? Michael Jordan was so much incredibly better as a mid-range shooter than LeBron James was. Mm-hmm. LeBron James is better of a three-point shooter than Michael Jordan was, but when we weigh the two together, I can't say that LeBron James is a better shooter than Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan's mid-range is either the first or second best mid-range ever. It's either his or KD's mid-range that are the best mid-ranges ever. So, you know, when we factored that in, Michael Jordan was a shooter when it comes to mid-range.
I mean, of course. I mean, that is part of Michael Jordan's game. Like, I mean, if you're making that comparison, the only player that can be compared in that aspect with Michael Jordan's famous fadeaway shot is Kobe Bryant, right?
Oh yeah, for sure.
But that isn't LeBron's game.
Yeah, Kobe's probably third best mid-range shooter, right after KD and MJ. If you need a 2 and you can't drive to the paint, it's Michael Jordan, KD, Kobe.
Now, if you're talking about mid-range shooting, like from the 2, like I'm not knocking that. You get what I'm saying? But if you now, what are you saying when you're measuring? What are you saying when you're measuring shooting now? Because now you're just talking about a jumper. Now you're just saying jump shot, and LeBron James has a mid-range jump shot.
Oh yeah, but it's not. But
you know what I'm saying?
It's not top 3 though. It's not top 3 mid-range.
I mean, but but LeBron's game is a finisher, and at the end of the day, he could still knock it. LeBron James is religiously a 50% player, 50% field goal average from the field. And if we're gonna go there, you're talking about Michael Jordan being a better shooter. LeBron James has better. He has a better shooting percentage than Michael Jordan.
Yeah, but that's
the game.
But shooting percentage counts in layups and dunks. Like that's what field goal is. So can't say that.
No, I mean, yes, I get that. I understand that. But given the fact that this is a shooting era now, right? LeBron shoots more threes. He still had better 3-point percentage and a better 2, and with more value, right? So he shot better. He shoots better than Michael Jordan. He shoots better than Michael Jordan with more volume. So that's telling me he's a better shooter, bro.
No, he is.
a better
He is,
shooter.
but it's
He's
by a
better shooter.
hair. But it's by a hair, though.
But the fact of the matter is, he's still better, bro. And your argument is saying because one player he can shoot or he's a better shooter. That's what you're giving as the main basis of your argument and saying why he's a top 5 player. Because you haven't given me anything besides the fact that he's a matchup nightmare. And there's a lot of players who you could say that, but but you're comparing him to players who've accomplished way more, bro. There's a reason,
Yeah,
like
I don't care
you're
about
not
accomplishments though. That's the issue. In like your
then why?
definition of
Hold
best
on,
player is different
hold
than
on,
mine.
hold on. But you're saying,
That's
but,
what the issue
all right.
is.
But all right, but but that's why I'm trying to understand that, right? So why do you have? So you're putting Kevin Durant at 5,
Yes.
and then so why does why does Michael Jordan deserve to be at 1 if Kevin Durant is at 5?
Oh, for sure. Okay, yeah. So you want to know how I measure things? I understand your question. Yeah, like you want to know. Yeah, okay. So I'll tell
Who's
you why.
4?
I'll tell you why. 4 is Magic. 4 is Magic.
Okay.
And
Okay.
the reason why, Pat, is you have to you can't just look at shooting and say, okay, he's a good shooter, so I'm gonna put him here. You need to look at everything in terms of the appropriate basketball hierarchy. So honestly, what's most important would probably be playmaking at 1. But just because playmaking at 1 is the most important, you still have to have shooting. Shooting's probably top 3 most important. Just your speed with the basketball. Michael Jordan is top 5 fastest players with the basketball in his hand. That's what Kevin Durant isn't. If Michael Jordan and Kevin Durant raced from up a basketball to the bottom of the basketball court, Michael Jordan would smoke Kevin Durant in that race. You know what I'm saying? So it's a mixture of things. Yes. If they're dribbling up and down a basketball court, Michael Jordan is smoking LeBron in that race. And you know that. So these are just it's a multivariable equation. Basketball analysis is a multivariable equation, to answer your question.
Bro, that means absolutely shit. Bro, that means absolutely nothing, bro. You gave me nothing to measure. There was no analytical. There was rarely any analytical perspectives in what you just said. And what I can give you, right? First off, right? Tim Duncan is over Kevin Durant. I don't care what you say. And Kobe Bryant and Tim Duncan are above Kevin Durant. I don't care what you say.
Tim Duncan's overrated.
How? In what aspect? In what way? He's not the same players. He's not the same players as a Michael Jordan, LeBron James. Yes, he was never the same type. He never had the same type of role as Kevin Durant to be the leading scorer of that team. But Tim Duncan came up damn near every time he needed to, bro. With Tim Duncan was the reason, was the sole reason, or a very big reason why the Spurs were a dynasty as they were through those years. They have an over 70% career winning percentage with Tim Duncan. He's a defensive. He's one of the greatest defensive players of all time, and he's a winner, bro. Like you're talking about Tim Duncan. I don't put him over Kobe Bryant, but some players say that, or some even analysis broadcasters say Tim Duncan has had a better career. They're not smoking, because I see what they're saying. Tim Duncan does have a better NBA career than Kobe Bryant. He's won for the entirety of his career. He's only lost 1 NBA Finals. He has 2 NBA MVPs, right? He has 5 championships. He's an all-time defender, all-time rebounder, right? Come on now, bro. If you're talking about point guards, if you're talking about the 4 position, if you're talking about power forwards, Tim Duncan is probably number 1 currently.
Kevin Garnett.
Not over Tim. No, not over Tim Duncan. Have you heard Kevin Garnett being top 10?
No.
No, but you've heard Tim Duncan be top 10, right?
Yeah.
Yes. And there's a reason why. There's a reason why you haven't heard Kevin Durant be in top 10. You're the only one, Josh, that has Kevin Durant in top 10. I haven't seen anybody talk about,
anyone that plays basketball, if you ask them, is Kevin Durant a top 10 player, they're going to tell you, yes, he is. You go to any LA Fitness.
Bro, if you say top 10, bro, if you're no, but there's no content. You're saying top 10 player. That could be now. That could be there. You could be. No, it's not. Yes, if you say all time, you would say no. You would say no. You would say no, bro.
I'm telling you right now, they would say yes.
No, he's not, bro. You're big. I'm telling you, you're tripping. If I had other people on here, they would agree with me. Kevin Durant is not a top 10 player, bro. He's not. At least not right now. He can be. He definitely can be. But he's not a top 10 player right now. He's not. He's not, bro. He's not over. He's definitely not over Kobe. You're big tripping on that one. He's definitely not over Kobe.
What does Kobe do better than Kevin Durant? What does Kobe do better than Kevin Durant?
He has a better NBA career than Kevin Durant. He's a better defensive player at his position. He has more points than Kevin Durant. He's fourth all, I believe, fourth or third all time. Fourth all time in scoring.
And he's also number one in missed shots of all.
That's a great call out, Ardo.
Yes, bro. He's number one in most missed shots, but he took all the shots, bro. Of course, he took all the shots. Now it's like, what is that? Yes, Kobe was chucking, but majority of the time, when he scored 81 points, during that tenure, after Shaq left, who was on that team, bro? Can you name players on that team? Who was he gonna pass the ball to? No, he wasn't. Pau Gasol wasn't on that team at that time. And you keep bringing up Pau Gasol. Pau Gasol was averaging 18 points. And we've been over this, bro. When he went against the big three for the Celtics, you've already admitted to the fact that Pau Gasol was not better than the big three on the Boston Celtics, right? He wasn't better than Paul Pierce. He wasn't better than Kevin Garnett, and he wasn't better than Ray Allen at that time. That's true. And you can even make a very valid argument too, that Rondo was ascending during that time. So come on, bro. You can't talk to me about Kobe Bryant's career, bro. This is my favorite player. I know he missed a lot of shots, but at the end of the day, look at the teams that he went up against. Those teams that Kevin Durant has went up against in his career, he has not beat them. I'm sorry. All right, talk.
As a general manager, you're building a basketball team. Like you want to win. Like your goal is winning. Do you take Kobe Bryant over Kevin Durant?
Yes, I take Kobe Bryant over Kevin Durant. Yes.
Artem, do you take Kobe Bryant over Kevin Durant?
Yeah, I actually will.
Yes, I would take Kobe Bryant over Kevin Durant. Yes.
Wow. Kevin Durant is such an efficient scorer, though, man. Like the thing with Kevin Durant is other players are able to shine on their team. The thing about Kobe Bryant is nobody was able to shine. That's the reason why me and Artem can't name anybody when Kobe scored 81 points. We don't know who the fuck he played with. No one can shine. No one gets the opportunity to shine. Even Pau Gasol. No,
bro, what do you mean? What do you mean? First of all, he wasn't playing with Pau Gasol at the time he scored 81 points. Right? He was playing with
later on. Yeah.
Yeah, he was playing with Shannon Brown, Sasha Vujacic, Andrew Bynum, Derek Fisher, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, I have to believe Varejao at some point. Like, bro, freaking Kwame Brown. Like, come on, bro. Who was he passing the ball to? And Kobe even said it himself. Nobody had the drive and hunger like him. So why would he respect him enough to pass them the ball? He won two. Remember, Shaq. And narratives matter, bro. That's what I need y'all to understand. Also about basketball, especially in sports, the narrative matters. especially when you making comparisons, bro. They do. They matter. Shaq, if Shaq, when Shaq left the Lakers, and if Kobe Bryant was to never win a championship with the Lakers again, we would not look at him in the same aspect as we do now. But because he won those 2 championships with the Lakers after Shaq left, that's what exponentially increased the value of his career. That's almost the same position Kevin Durant is being in right now. He needs to win one more championship for him to be in that argument again. There's a reason why they say Steph Curry. Look, if you even look at the rank, we just had a conversation about the NBA top 100 ranking. Even though we did agree, a lot of it was bogus because Kevin Durant does deserve to be within the top 5 in today's top 100. But I completely agree with Steph Curry being over Kevin Durant because he had a better season. And when if both players were to retire at this given time, at this moment, everybody would say Steph Curry is over Kevin Durant. And it's not just based off the argument of him being taller and efficient. Efficient doesn't win championships, bro. Knowing how to overcome adversity is how you win championships. Being if one aspect of your game is being taken away, what can you do on the other side? What could you do then? Kevin Durant was being locked down. Did you see any other players opening up the floor? Was he passing the ball and trying to get other guys to get their shot? Come on now, like you didn't see Kevin Durant average a triple-double in the finals. LeBron James did that because he's basically required to do something like that. Kevin Durant is not asked to do those things, bro. And yes, I think I'm not saying that's not the same. It's not the same thing for Steph Curry because basically what they're both being asked to do is just score, be efficient. You know what I'm saying? Help the team. But even Draymond Green and them came out and said when Kevin Durant was on the team, they were still double teaming Steph. They were still double teaming Steph, bro. Look, like I said, I'm not saying.
I actually have a conspiracy theory about that.
How so?
No, I have a lot of conspiracy theories, but this guy was laughing at me. I think they're double teaming Steph to get in the head of Kevin Durant, and because the other team, it's not like they're gonna win the game, right? So they may as well stir up the pot and cause some noise. I think they did that so that the next day, fucking Skip and Shannon can say they're double teaming Steph and they're not double teaming KD. The next day, or Stephen A. Smith could just talk about, why are they double teaming Steph? They just did that. They just did that to fuck with him mentally. It's my conspiracy theory, but
because they know because they know they're not trying to let Steph Curry go off from the 3-point line, bro. Kevin Durant can knock down that tray, but he'll still go to the top of the key. He'll still go for the 2, preferably over a 3-point. Steph Curry is gonna go for the 3 all day. So that's simple. It's a simple equation.
But you can guard
3
Kevin
is more
Durant.
than 2.
You can guard Steph Curry, but you can't guard Kevin Durant. And what I mean by that is, if you're very lucky, you could get a hand up, and you can obscure Curry's vision, right? If you're very lucky, if you're a 6'8" defender, if you get lucky enough to get by like a Draymond screen, put your hand up, you can block his vision. Kevin Durant, when he jumps up, he's 7 foot tall. He doesn't see nobody. Doesn't matter if you're doesn't matter who you are, right? You can throw a double team at Kevin Durant, but as soon as he rises up for the shot, nobody's there. He doesn't see nobody. Nobody exists.
So, all right. So let me ask you this. So who are you taking then? Steph Curry or Kevin Durant?
Right now?
Yeah, you can say that.
I'm taking KD, but
Mhm.
Curry's in the top 5. But I'm taking KD.
Okay. So
KD's
so
number
you're
one right
taking
now.
so you're taking a 3 over a 1, just like I said in the beginning.
So
Yeah,
wait, but
you can't compare
who
that.
do you see?
No, it's not.
Coming-
It's the same. That's bro. That's exactly what I'm saying. I would take a 3, a dominant 3, over a 1.
But who do you see
And-
coming
and-
closer to being top 10 all time, KD or Curry?
Say again.
Who do you see being top 10, Curry or KD?
At this moment, Steph Curry, bro. Did we
That's
not
crazy.
just see a? Did we not just see a championship? Was there not a conversation about Steph Curry cracking top 10? Was that conversation just like in the
And that
past
was
and
his
we just
first,
forgot about?
and that was his first Finals MVP. While KD
That was his
already.
no, but bro, are you really saying that, bro? Come on now. Come on, bro. Really? Really? Are you really gonna bring that up? The Finals MVP with Kevin Durant?
I mean,
Come
I
on,
have
dog. Now, what weight does that hold against Steph Curry's? Do those Finals MVP mean just as more as Steph Curry's Finals MVP? Is it looked at the same?
Well,
No, bro. No. Well, no. All right. Let me let you talk.
no, what I'm trying to say is that was well, you see, when they both played, who got the Finals MVP? KD.
Bro, yeah, nobody's knocking that, bro. But
And
we're
KD
not.
more Finals
Hmm?
MVPs than Curry does.
All right, bro. No, and we got that, bro. He came out and he balled out, bro. But why was he Finals MVP? Why was he even in that position to begin with? So you're just gonna eliminate the fact that he played with Klay Thompson and Steph Curry? Come on, bro.
Here's what I can't say.
But let me say this too.
Okay.
He beat because he beat what? He beat LeBron James in the finals twice, right? To win those finals MVPs. Before that, why don't you look at Kevin Durant's record against LeBron? He has a losing record against LeBron. Before that. Right?
Okay.
So
Okay.
So
well,
I'm so where I'm coming honestly, I forgot where I was even going with this.
Yo, Pat, let me tell you something.
All right.
All right, Pat. So, in terms of like, do I hold Kevin Durant's Finals MVPs is like valuable as Steph's? Let me just tell you this, man. 2017 NBA Finals.
Oh, I know. I remember. I remember what they were talking about. When
I
the
got
career
something-
said and done. When the career said and done,
Oh, yeah,
basically,
yeah.
will Steph Curry or Kevin Durant be top 10? But yeah, now continue.
But while LeBron has won more games against KD in the playoffs, KD won more games against LeBron.
Bro, but he was on the Warriors. Why do you keep saying that like he wasn't on the Warriors, bro?
Well,
What do you mean by like he was on the Warriors?
What do you mean? What do I mean? Everybody knows, bro. He went to a 73-9 team. Like I give him the credit of those champions. I'm not taking that away from him. But let's not overlook it and say, okay, he got those finals MVPs and then we're deserved and then he can retire and he's a top 10 player. No, bro, the story does not stop Kevin Durant. That's
Yeah,
what you're trying to make it seem.
I think the story does stop there because the definitive moment where I knew Kevin Durant was at least top 10. I'm not going to say top 5, but at least top 10 was this. It was 2017. Okay? This was the first finals he was with Golden
Whoa.
State. And you said narrative matters, right? People were saying this is like crazy pressure. Like, will KD choke under the pressure, right? Like, people say that, like, even if he wins finals MVP, he doesn't deserve. What if LeBron James, the way he's playing, because LeBron was playing crazy in 2018, will LeBron James be the GOAT and beat him? That's what they said. And this is what I'm telling you, Pat. Okay, this is where, like, the eye test tells me everything. The Golden State Warriors were up 2-0 against the Cavs. In Game 3, in LeBron's house. LeBron's having a crazy game. This is in LeBron's house in Cleveland. LeBron's having a crazy game. The Warriors are up 103 to 100. There's a minute and 30 left. Kevin Durant brings the ball down the court, okay? 24 seconds on the shot clock. Kevin Durant's bringing the ball down the court. 24 seconds on the shot clock. It goes down to 19 seconds. From 6 feet beyond the three-point line, Kevin Durant rises up, swishes it. Golden State's now up 6 instead of just being up 3. That's when I knew. I had to ask myself the question, how many players in NBA history would even attempt to take that shot with a minute and 30 left in the finals? And not many players came to mind. And that's how I knew Kevin Durant had to be top 10.
Yeah, and it's so much easier when you have the greatest shooter in NBA history also playing in your lineup with Klay Thompson, who is also a top 5 3-point shooter in NBA history.
Okay.
So yes, it's extremely easy for you to do that, right? To have that one-on-one matchup. Like I said, I'm not taking away that shot. I'm not taking that accomplishment away from him. But I'm saying it is not enough for you to say that he's a top 5 player, bro. It's not. It's absolutely not.
But you see that Death Squad, like, is one of the, if not the best teams of all time. And Kevin KD was the best player on them. These guys,
he was the best player. He was the best player on the best team. He was the best player on the best team. Right?
Yeah.
Best team that matters too. Isn't the NBA a team game? When was the last time Kevin Durant had made the finals? Before that was in 2011, right? When he went against the Heat, and he had James Harden and Russell Westbrook with Serge Ibaka, right? During that time frame.
Oh.
So, like I said, bro, you're giving me only those 2 years. You're only talking about those 2 years. What about everything else? Kevin Durant has been in the league for a very long time. You're not talking about any other. You're bringing it down to one series, one shot, one game. I'm giving you a career. I'm giving you a synopsis of what they've done. So at this given point in time, it's first off, when you're talking about NBA top 10s, you can't be biased when it comes to positions, because you have to give respect to the respective positions on the to the respective positions, right, in the top 10, because clearly it's difficult for you to measure a backcourt player to a front court player, right, in most situations, which is why it is difficult for a one or a guard to be in the top 10, right? There's only so few. You're only talking about.
I only got one guard. I only got one guard in my top 10.
Well, I'm sorry, but
actually, sorry. Michael Jordan, Kobe, like point guard, one point guard. Obviously, there's a couple.
And you had Magic, so that's 3. That's 3. There's only 3.
Yeah, there's only.
Well,
3 guards,
I'm talking. I'm not talking about your top 10. Your top 10 is on crack. I'm talking about the NBA top 100, top 10. I'm referring to that, right? And for the most part, I agree with it, with the exception of Oscar Robertson, right? But and he would be another guard, but I disagree with that. I believe Shaq should be in it. I believe Kobe should be in it. Some people disagree, but I'm sorry, bro. No, man. Kevin Durant is not a top 10 player, bro. He's not.
He is though.
He's not. No, he's
he
not.
is though. Like, I'm sorry, but
he is. And you know, bro. And then you know what? I'll even go as far as to say this too. At this moment, Giannis is already on the verge of being better than Kevin Durant in his career. Giannis is on the verge of having a better NBA career than Kevin Durant. Yeah, log off. Log off. He's already saying crackhead shit too. I have stats to prove it, bro. This is all facts. Giannis in terms of his accomplishments and what he's done so far in the league has been comparable to Michael Jordan. I don't see anything with Kevin Durant that's in the same conversation or in the same ballpark. So he can log off thinking I'm tripping, but come on, bro. You have Kevin Durant in the top 5, top 10 all time.
All right, he's gonna be top.
At first he said, bro, I'm not knocking that. Right now he could be 15. He could be within there now. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not knocking that from Kevin Durant. You can make a very valid argument he's between 11 to 15, but he's not. My point is that top 10 is cemented until you prove yourself, and until then that's when you can start shifting things around and saying, okay, nah, he came up big on this.
Nice, what you mean?
You know what I'm saying? Like Magic is up there because he's the best. Magic is up there because he's the best point guard of he's looked at as the best point guard of all time. But if Steph Curry wins another championship and potentially another Finals MVP, then how can you not, bro? How can you not?
Well,
You talking about efficiency? Steph Curry is just as efficient as Kevin Durant. He has more MVPs than Kevin Durant.
but not
so-
finals MVPs.
Bro, but he was on that team with him, bro. Like, yeah, we got him, but he has more championships, does he not? And stop it with that, bro. Because be honest, Andre Iguodala shouldn't have gotten that MVP. It should have been Steph. So that argument is null and void, bro. He has one, which he just got, and he could have very well gotten the other one. So he could easily have 2. Easily. And even then, you're not acknowledging the fact that he had to go to Steph's team. Like, come on, bro. He went to the Warriors. It's not his team. He wasn't drafted there.
But he made it his
Come on,
team.
bro. It wasn't Steph. It wasn't Kevin Durant's team, bro. It wasn't. It was Steph's team. Inherently, it was Steph's team, bro. He did not make it his team. He was the best player because he's a 7-foot player who can shoot from anywhere. Who's a 50, 40, 90 player. Which is why I said I would take a dominant 3 over a dominant 1. But why I say Steph Curry would be over Kevin Durant in their careers because of what he's accomplished. That's why he's a top. He would have a better argument to be top 10 all time than Kevin Durant at this moment. Because at this point in Steph's career, he's already cemented, bro. When you really think about it, Steph has already cemented his career. He won his final. Literally, Steph just needed to win Finals MVP. And he has it now. So Steph doesn't have to win anything else to prove himself. He's the all-time leading 3-points made ever. He has 2 Finals MVPs. I mean, he has 2 MVPs, season MVPs. 1 unanimous. He has 4 championships. Yes, Kevin Durant was with him on those. But he has 2 without him, bro. Come on now, man. Come on, bro. Like y'all forget Kevin Durant's. Y'all seem to forget that Kevin Durant is playing on the Brooklyn Nets right now, and he just got and he's giving Kevin Durant top 10 honors, and he just got swept in the playoffs. Come on, bro. Just got
someone
swept
like
in
LeBron James can't even make the playoffs.
Yes, but LeBron doesn't have to do it. LeBron cemented his career, bro. There's a difference. You might not have watched LeBron at that time, but LeBron, like Ricky said, I feel like the Lakers championship definitely added on to his career, but LeBron doesn't have to cement his career at this point. He already did it, bro. LeBron James won a championship on 3 different organizations. Kevin Durant won it with 1, and he's on 3 different organizations. So he was on the OKC. He won 2 with the Warriors, and he hasn't won anything with the Nets. The farthest they've gotten is to the second round.
That's true.
Right? So you talking about, yeah, LeBron didn't make the playoffs. Yeah, but I remember LeBron James beating that Celtics team. Albeit, that wasn't the same. They're not at the current skill level as they are back. They weren't at the same skill level as they are now back then. But regardless, bro, come on now. Like, a career is a career. Basketball season isn't played in a day, bro. Your career isn't comprised in a season or 2. It's your career, bro. You're literally looking at LeBron James in the back burner of his career. Guy outside his prime. You're criticizing him when he's not even playing at the highest level that he used to play at.
Well,
now if you were,
because he's still in the league, so.
I mean, you can compare. You can make that comparison, but yes, that he's still in the league, but you're not critiquing him at his best. You haven't even seen him at his best, bro.
Well, it doesn't matter because right now he's not.
No, it does matter, bro. I mean, yes, right now it doesn't matter, but when I'm saying when he retires and his career is all said and done, nobody's going to be talking about these last 2 years, these last couple years where he didn't make the playoffs. What's more important is what he's accomplished, bro. And that's what you need to remember. That's what you need to look at. You see how, let me point this out. You see how you're bringing up LeBron James in these playoffs, right? These 3 playoffs, but these last 2-3 seasons for LeBron James. Why aren't you holding Kevin Durant to that same standard?
Well,
because you said he's better than LeBron. He's the best you say he was the best in the world.
no, that's what Josh said, not me. But because KG is at the peak right now, he still has years to play.
And yes, he's at his peak, right? And he got swept by the Celtics. And he lost to Giannis, which I just stated in the past, right, is on the verge of having a better career than Kevin Durant. There's a reason why Giannis was ranked number 1 as the best player in the NBA. There's a reason why Giannis Antetokounmpo was voted number 1 as the number 1 player to start a franchise with. Whatever Kevin Durant can do at the perimeter, Giannis is just as good in the paint with his field goal percentages. Giannis giving you 50% on the floor is a gimme. That's a gimme, bro. Because of his game. He's playing with his back to the basket, getting to the rim. Come on now, you're gonna make that comparison because Giannis can't shoot like Kevin Durant? Look at the percentages, look at the numbers compared to when they go against each other. Giannis is putting up just the same numbers as Kevin Durant. Giannis had better numbers against the Boston Celtics. Did we not bring that up earlier?
He did.
Giannis averaged 33 points against the number one against one of the top defenses in the playoffs. Kevin Durant got shut down, bro. 26 points. So come on, bro.
Yeah.
I'm not tripping. I'm not tripping here. This is not me talking crazy. Y'all clinging, and I'm not trying to shit on Kevin Durant. I'm being dead honest here. You know what I'm saying? Because I want Kevin Durant to win the championship, so we can push this aside. I mean, he's on the Brooklyn Nets. I'm rooting for the Brooklyn Nets. They're my team. I root for a homegrown team. I'm from New York, bro. But he hasn't won anything for us, bro. The farthest he's gone is second round. You see how I'm holding him, how I'm holding him accountable, just like how I do Jokic. You see what I'm saying?
They're actually in a similar situation because they actually put in the work, but the rest of the team doesn't do shit.
Say again, who?
Jokic and KD. They do
everything,
but the team doesn't do anything.
I mean, but bro, look at but Kevin Durant is playing alongside Kyrie, and he played with James Harden, right? Even albeit with that being said, they rarely played together. But he played majority of the time. I've seen him play with a lot of the time with James Harden and Kyrie Irving. You know, especially with that situation with Kyrie Irving not getting vaccinated. You know what I'm saying? But Kevin Durant has had teammates, bro. He's had better teammates in his career than LeBron James. I'll say that. He's had better teammates than LeBron James throughout his career. Right?
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, he has, right? He's had better teammates than LeBron James. And the only time, right? The only time you could even say that, when LeBron James had better teammates, is around the time when Kevin Durant was early OKC time or era. When playing with Chris Bosh and Dwayne Wade. Then later on, Westbrook, you know, Dwayne Wade was getting hurt continuously. There was one particular year when Dwayne Wade had only played 50 games, but he played throughout the playoffs. So during that season, LeBron James had won MVP and led the Heat during that year. So come on, man. I'm not tripping here, bro. This is when you talk about sports, you in a league where you got to prove it. You got to prove it, bro. Especially when you putting yourself up against the best. I've seen Tim Duncan put up 30 in the finals. Over 30. Right? When they needed it.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? We talking about the mentality to win, bro. We talking about people who go out there with that fire, bro. Those players, there's players, every player in that top 10 has done it. There's nothing to be said when you look at the players in the top 10 where you can argue and say, what could they have done for their career to have been better? Their career is cemented, bro. Every player in their top 10 is cemented. There are still questions as it pertains to Kevin Durant's career. Can he win a championship post Golden State Warriors? Come on, bro. There was even titles in segments and articles about Kevin Durant leaving the Warriors. Should he have even left? Come on, bro. Like, he had a big three. He had a big three. And the Bucks were a homegrown team. Had homegrown talent. Put their roster together. Put some pieces around Giannis. But then which team beat him and won? There's a reason why Giannis is over Kevin Durant, bro. in the top 100 rankings. It's a very good reason why he's up there. So,
You know, just wait
just wait for what?
for KD to get another ring.
Bro, I would hope so. But I mean, but you're it's like I said, bro. I want to see it. I mean, if he gets a ring for a ring, if he brings a ring to New York, to Brooklyn, bro, of course I'm with that. You're I'm not implying that I don't want him to. I want him to, but I'm not being biased in saying that he is a top 10 player if he has not won a championship outside of the Golden State Warriors. It's nothing about let's see, bro. We have to see it. Because they already have tough competition in the East, bro. Chris Middleton comes back. Bucks are still a dangerous team. See what I'm saying? Like the Celtics are still a dangerous team.
They are.
Celtics are the team that beat him. He had Jason Tatum putting him on clamps, bro. You think from here on out, you think that's gonna be an easy matchup for Jason Tatum? I mean, for Kevin Durant? No, bro. No. And I'm not saying Jason Tatum is better than Kevin Durant, but he's not locking him down neither. He's not. He last time we checked, he didn't beat him that last time. So come on, bro. You gotta keep it 100 here, man. You gotta keep it 100 here. We're not living off what could be and let's see and all that. Like I'm talking about now. It's not about let's see nothing. You said right now, and right now, Kevin Durant is not a top 10 player. He's not. I'm sorry I had to go a rant on my boy. Maybe if he brushes his hair, maybe then he'll be a top 10 player. If he has some waves, maybe I'll cut him some slack. But nah, bro. And this is not disrespect, bro. It's not disrespect. It's not. But if you're talking about the best skilled players of all time, yes, absolutely. Kevin Durant is clearly in that argument. But if you're talking about top 10 players of all time, it's not measured by what you bring to the game. Everybody brings something different. They all have value. They all have value, bro. Whatever made them special is what put them in the top 10 to begin with. So how do you compare them at the end of the day? You measure them by their accomplishments, what they've done in their career. Longevity alone takes a lot of players out of that argument. And Kevin Durant doesn't win the longevity argument because he's been hurt so many times. So you can only measure what we've seen from him thus far. And at this current moment, his career is not even close to LeBron James. It's not even close, bro. Nowhere near close. That loss last year against the Celtics, that put him even farther to say that he could even chase somebody like LeBron, bro.
So for LeBron, who didn't even make the playoffs that last season. That's not comparable.
But you're talking, bro, how is it not comparable, bro? How is it not comparable? You're talking, bro.
Season,
how many?
LeBron
First off,
make the playoffs.
Bro. How many years has LeBron been playing in the NBA?
19.
No, it's 20 this year.
Oh,
He's in his 20th year. 20th year, bro. So the fact that you're watching LeBron play this way in his 20th year is history in its own. I'm telling you right now, bro. I'm telling you this right now. You will not see another player in their 20th year play the way that LeBron is playing. I'm telling you this now. You will not see that ever again. It will be extremely rare. And you're talking about last year's playoffs, right? What about Michael Jordan? When he was on the Wizards, he didn't make the playoffs with the Wizards in near the end of his career. Kobe Bryant didn't make the playoffs in the end of his career, right?
Yeah.
So you can't say that, bro. A lot of players near the end of the career, that's the reason why you say they're not in their prime. And you said, and you explicitly say over and over, LeBron James's prime was on Miami Heat. So if he's out his prime, why are you still trying to say, all right, he's not making the playoffs, but you're saying he's not in his prime? And this is a time where you can actually say it's not his prime, but yet he's still making the playoffs, bro. I mean, I'm sorry, not making the playoffs, but he's been out of the 18, besides last year, because I know he won, he was a third team All NBA player, and then but he didn't make the playoffs, right? But he has 18 All NBA selections. So out of this year, which, I mean, I'm not going to say he's going to make the playoffs because that's looking very far-fetched, but out of 20 years, he's missed the playoffs 3 times. 3 times, bro. So 17 years. Yes. So through 17. So I believe it was probably the first year he got there, right? The first year he got to. Let me see. I want to get this right though, because I don't want to mess this up. All right. So if you're looking at playoffs, right? So 2006. All right. So he went to the finals. Let's see, 06. Let me see. Did not qualify. Okay, so what's about on this team? Let's see. Didn't qualify. Okay. All right. So let me get this. All right. So I'm getting it right now. So he didn't make the playoffs. Actually, in the first 2 years, right? He didn't make the playoffs in the first 2 years of their career. So it was 03, 04 with the Cavaliers, but they were arguably like one of the worst. That was the reason why they was able to draft him, because he sucked, right? And then so his third year, that's when he made it. So in 05 to 06, and then all the way to, all right, so 06 is when he started, and then 07, 08, 09, 010, all the way to 2018. So he didn't miss the playoffs from 2006 all the way to 2018, bro. And LeBron doesn't miss playoff games. Kevin Durant has missed playoff games. Steph Curry has missed playoff games, right? LeBron James doesn't miss playoff games, bro. He plays when they're in the playoff. He plays every game.
But do they have a losing record like LeBron in the finals?
I mean, no. He doesn't. But I mean, bro, you can hold that to him. But he still has 4. I don't. Does any other? All right, who are you comparing him to? Kevin Durant?
Yeah.
I mean, he's 2-1. Or actually, he's 2-2 technically. If I want to be petty and bring up the one with the Raptors, even though he didn't play. So, but technically he's 2-1, bro. But like I said, there's no context with that. He was playing with the Warriors, bro. Like, what's your point when you bring that up to say that he has a better record than LeBron in the finals? Like that 4-6 record, that doesn't compare to Kevin Durant, bro. Kevin Durant hasn't even been to 8 straight finals. He hasn't even been to 8. He hasn't even been to 3 straight finals. Or no, he went to 3 straight because he lost the one with the Raptors, but that was when he was on the Warriors. But then after that, bro, we didn't see back to back. What about when Kyrie Irving left and he still went to the finals? What about that year? We're not talking about that neither.
I'll give him credit for that one.
No, it's not credit for that one, bro. LeBron always deserves the credit, bro. I don't understand where you're getting at here. Like, just give him.
He had the best defensive team in the league.
All right, bro, but LeBron wasn't guarding up. I remember him sticking defense too. What does that mean? LeBron was leading. He was scoring and a playmaker. Like, where are you getting at with this, bro? Like, are you trying to say LeBron is not the leader of the team?
Oh, he is, but is he a really good leader?
Yes, he is.
Well, if they wouldn't be in the situation they are right now.
But I'm talking about from the aspect from what we've seen in the past, bro. You're looking at one season. You're looking at a couple seasons compared to a guy who's played in the league for 20 years. I've watched this guy for more than a decade, bro. I watched it for more than a decade. Like, come on, dog. Like the teams that Kevin Durant went against. I guarantee. I'll give you this. Kevin Durant on OKC, he would have had a trouble time with that big 3 Boston Celtics, bro. He would have had trouble with that team. He would have had trouble with the Spurs. Same as LeBron. Kevin Durant had trouble with the Spurs. He had trouble with the Warriors, just like LeBron. That one of the years when the Spurs went to the championship, they beat OKC. LeBron had to play those teams in the finals, bro. In the finals. So you're talking about, like, come on, bro. Like, you're talking about, okay, he had a better finals record, right? But for one, LeBron James was playing against a team that had beaten him continuously in the finals. And the only reason why the Warriors had the upper hand is because Kevin Durant joined that team. That Spurs team was a dynasty, bro. Not any team is going to beat the San Antonio Spurs with Tony Parker, Kawhi Leonard, Manu Ginobili, and Tim Duncan. Not a lot of teams are beating that team in the finals, bro. There's only a select few who can actually do that. Big ups to Kobe because he had to do it with Pau Gasol as his second best player, which is not a knock on him. You know, because he was still because the chemistry, what made that team with Kobe and Pau Gasol so valuable is because of their chemistry. They were able to play together on the court. So his player value isn't the same as the team value. So the fact that you're bringing up Pau Gasol and you're saying, oh, he had Pau Gasol. I mean, what championship level team doesn't have adequate players around him to be able to win a championship to begin with? I mean, you keep bringing up Jamal Murray and Michael Porter Jr. So that means even the best players need requisite pieces around them to be able to be successful. Like, come on, bro. This is not rocket science, bro. This is just how it is. You feel me? Like regardless of what you guys can say about Scottie Pippen, Michael Jordan was not able to win his championships without Scottie Pippen. And that's a fact. He didn't do it without Scottie Pippen. You need a number two guy. You need requisite players around you. You need an off the ball player. You need somebody who can shoot. You need somebody to get rebounds. You need somebody to take on the defensive role. Remember, it's a team game, bro. But guess what? When you talk to this man since he wants to talk about basketball and say, oh, basketball heads, basketball minds, all the basketball minds would state and even say that LeBron James was asked to do more probably than any other player in NBA history on a consistent basis. On a consistent basis, bro.
Well, okay.
You know what I'm saying? So that's just where I leave it, you know. And I know I'm not trying to keep making it about like a LeBron topic, but it's y'all, man. Y'all can't just keep talking down on LeBron, bro. And that's what I'm saying, bro. Like, stop looking at LeBron. First of all, just stop looking in that direction. They're not making the playoff. LeBron James' career is cemented already. Once you acknowledge the only way he can't hurt his career at this point. Whether you could think that's not the case. He can't hurt his career at this point. Every time he scores a basketball, he gets further and further closer to breaking the all-time scoring record, which hasn't been broken in 40 years. Right? So he's gonna have that. He's gonna have 4 championships. He's gonna have the most all-NBA selections of all time. Right? All time. He's by himself, numero uno. Right? You talk about that little regular season record with Jokic, you know, having 2,000 points, 1,000 rebounds, 500 assists.
Yeah.
Well, what about 10,000 to 30,000 points, over 30,000 points, 10,000 rebounds, and 10,000 assists?
Yeah, but that's career. That's different.
Aren't we talking about careers, bro? Aren't we talking about careers? It would be different. You can make that comparison a little bit better if you can make that comparison with LeBron and Jokic if LeBron was a little bit earlier in his career, and maybe like early on when he went to the second homecoming to Cleveland. But with LeBron James, I'm stating the fact that, bro, he's top 10 in every statistical category, bro. And soon he's up there for threes made now. So in when do we not care about career stats, bro? When do we not care about that? That matters. You realize that, right? That those are legendary achievements. There's a reason why why it was so prestigious for Steph Curry to be the most 3-pointers made of all time. That's a lifetime achievement, bro. It's a lifetime achievement. Only one player can do that. Only one player can lead in points. Only one player can lead in all-time rebound. Only one player can lead in all-time assists. Only one player can lead in most threes, most steals. Only one player can do that. So, like those when you bring up, it's the same as with championships, bro. You can't say championships are not if you're bringing up somebody's 6 championships, right? In a span of right there's 6 championships with Michael Jordan. In a way, that's looked at as a lifetime. That's a those are longevity. You're bringing up a longevity stat because you're talking about 6 years. You're talking about 6 years of winning in that span, right?
Yeah.
But nobody talks about the time when Michael Jordan came back, right? He came back one year and he lost to the Houston Rockets in the playoffs. Did you know that?
Did he?
Yes. When he came back, he retired, missed 1 year, came back in the middle of the season, right? And lost to the Houston Rockets in the playoffs. So yes, he didn't. So yes, he didn't lose in the finals, which didn't mess up his record. But would you rather have gotten to the finals or lose in the second round? I mean, losing period. I would prefer not to lose. But I mean, if you're being honest, bro, like, come on now, make it make sense.
All right, fine.
Feel me? Like you're like you might have missed out on it, but I'm telling you, bro, you will not see a player like LeBron James for a very, very long time. You won't see that. With the combination of dominance, with the combination of skill, with the combination of achievement, and especially with and then to top it all off with longevity, I'm telling you, you will not see another player like LeBron James in a very long time. Very long time. You can't even look. LeBron James is a player that came in the league in 2003. How many players can you say that plays in today's game? Right? Besides Jokic, I'll give Jokic the benefit of the doubt because he plays every game. So I give him all the credit for that, to be honest with you. He deserves all the credit for that.
Yeah.
But even in today's game, a lot of these players, they're not playing majority of the games throughout the season and the playoffs.
Okay, but neither is LeBron. Last season,
bro. I mean, last year, but he was actually getting hurt. You said last season, bro. I'm talking last season, right? Was his 19th year. Let that sink in, bro. Let that sink in. You're talking about his 19th year in the league. 19th year. No player in their 19th, bro. No player in their 19th year has even averaged 20 points. You understand that? No player in their 19th season has even averaged 20 points, bro. And he averaged 30. So is that like BS to you? Is that like not matter?
okay, it does.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and you can't expect a guy in his 19th year after all the miles, bro. Like, come on, son. Like, let me look this up real quick. Minutes per game, NBA. Look at this. Let's look at all time. Because I want to look at all time. Oh, and this is minutes. All right. Yeah, I'm not looking for averages. I'm looking for single season, year by year, career. I'm not looking for total minutes. Let me type in total. Total minutes per game. Oh, total minutes. NBA all time. All right. So yeah, look at this, bro. So LeBron is third. He is third all time in minutes played. Third all time in minutes played. So let me break this down for you. He's third all time in minutes played. Right? He's 3,000 minutes under. Actually, no. Actually, I'm wrong. He's 5,000 minutes under Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. But he's going to break his all-time points record this year.
But he
Right?
hasn't yet.
And what does that mean, bro? What you're implying he's not going to average 16 points a game? Come on, bro. So then what does that mean? That doesn't mean anything, bro, to say he hasn't yet. He's going to. It doesn't even, it's just a matter of which game he's going to do it, bro. Like, come on now. It's going to be which game. What game will he break the record? Like, he's averaging, at this current moment, he's averaging 25 points a game. He just needs to average 16 points to break the record, bro. He just needs to average 16 points. So if LeBron averages, right, he averages like, what, 36 minutes a game, 25 points, right? So let's say he only needs 60. Damn, that's gonna be some serious equation right there. So if he, I'll come back on that because that's a lot of math. Because I know it's like what I need somebody who's really good with statistics to do something like that. So he averages 25 points on average, 36 minutes per game. He only needed to average 16 points to break the record. He's 5,000 minutes behind Kareem, but yet he's already going to beat the record. First off, he's 2,000 minutes behind Karl Malone. So if a player is playing 52,138 minutes, you don't think that's going to have a toll on your body, bro? You don't think that's going to have a toll on your body, bro? You don't think a player is going to start to play different after playing 52,000 minutes? Come on, bro. You get what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. That's why context matters, bro. 52,000 minutes. Last year, what? It was like he was in 50K. So you're telling me you expect him to play the same? You're expecting him to basically play the same way he's done throughout his career. Basically, what you're asking out of him, or what you're looking from him, is completely unfair, bro. Your expectation is too little, too late. That opportunity is passed already. LeBron can't score and play make and defend the best guy on the court right now. He can't do all of that in the 1920th season, bro. Michael Jordan wasn't doing that. The only difference is that you're able to watch LeBron James right now and critique him for where it's at. But I'm telling you now, bro, any other player, 18, 19, 20th season, they're not putting up the numbers that LeBron James has put in the past, bro. And that's a fact. You can keep looking that up. LeBron will have the best old guy stats ever.
Yeah.
Come on, Brandon. Come on, man. We're playing around. So you think Jokic is he's gonna have 50,000 minutes played, and you think he's still gonna be scoring 27 points, 13, 15 rebounds, and 8, 9 assists? You think he's gonna?
He could.
He's not doing that, bro. No, he's not, bro. I'm telling you that now. No, he's not. No, he's not. No, he's not, bro. He's not. His game doesn't even translate in that way,
But that's why he makes up in other stuff.
bro. But he's not going to be able to do that continuously, bro. Like, regardless of what you say he makes for other things, but it's still a physically demanding position. He needs to still be young and proactive for him to be doing the things that he's doing. Regardless of what you say, Jokic is it's almost like, I'll say this: what Jokic is providing for his team is in the same ballpark for what LeBron was doing for the Cavs in the first and second time around. Jokic is in that same ballpark, bro. But the only difference is LeBron James has capitalized on his moment. He became a clutch player. He became an all-time player. Come on, man. Come on, bro. Like, LeBron James even has a better field goal percentage in crunch time than Kevin Durant in crunch time in the playoffs. So you're saying the guy can't shoot, but he has a better shooting percentage when it matters most in the playoffs. But he can't shoot though. But I know for a fact he can score. Okay.
Well, just wait. You know what? Just wait. You know, can't speak on that right now. Just like, you know, in a couple of years, I'll just say I told you so.
Couple years, what? What are you trying to say? What you trying to tell me?
You know,
Like,
man,
say it explicitly so I could at least understand where you're coming from, bro.
Jokic will have a ring. AD will have one too.
AD, you said KD and Jokic is gonna have a ring.
Yeah.
I don't see this year. Not this year. Not right now.
Not for KD, but for Jokic, yeah.
Nah, not right now, bro. There's nothing that indicates that he's going to the finals this year. Because like you said, Jamal Murray and Michael Porter Jr. have to be on their grind.
Well,
Jamal
MPJ
Murray,
is starting to show that.
bro. But what did I say about the matchup? Look at who he has to go against. Look who he has to go against, bro. It's not just offense. It's defense too. It's defense too, bro. He's gonna have some tough matchups against him. Remember, bro. Technically, he would be looked at as the third best guy, the third option on his team currently, right?
That's true. Yeah.
He would be currently looked at as a third best guy. The third option isn't necessarily the first option. So one, he's gonna have to spot up shoot, and two, he's gonna have to play off ball and guard the wing. He's already looked at as a defensive liability, bro. So you gotta switch up your arguments, man. You gotta switch that up, because I'm telling you now, it's too early to say that they're not, but there's nothing to say that there's something there. Not yet. At least when we get into the month, we can start to have that conversation, or even All-Star break. But the fact of the matter is, you need both of them. You need both of them to ball out. You need both of them to ball out. And
That's
I think this year, if it doesn't fall through, they're gonna be looking at the Nuggets and they're gonna be looking at their team, and then they're gonna start to say, "Hey, maybe this contract to MPJ wasn't the right move." And I'm not saying he doesn't deserve his money, but it was the fact that I don't think that was the right move for the Nuggets to pay him. I think while his trade value is up, they should have traded him away and gotten somebody that can defend. But I mean, hey, they got Jeff Green, so Jeff Green is somewhat of a factor. But I mean, hey, we got to see it happen because Jeff Green is he's an older player, bro. So I don't know if he could lock down defenders right now.
Well, let's see. Let's see on that.
So let me see. Let me look at their schedule real quick, and then we're gonna bounce up out of here. Nuggets schedule. All right, so they got the Trailblazers tomorrow. All right, they got Lakers twice. So we're gonna stay on top of that one. Jazz, OKC, Spurs, Pacers. So I'm gonna really look at that Celtics one on the 11th of November. Mavericks, of course. That's a doubleheader. So we're gonna see, man. They got easy ass schedule. Go against the Trailblazers. They went against the Thunder. They weren't even supposed to lose against the Jazz, right? But they got smoked by the Jazz.
Jazz are playing nice.
Yeah, but they weren't supposed to lose against that team, bro. Come on.
They
now.
beat Pelicans too.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying, though. But nobody expected it.
Yeah, I mean, they're 3-0 right now.
The Jazz?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll give it to him, though. Definitely give it to him. All right, man. So, we're hitting the 3-hour mark. On Cash Sports Podcast. You can see we was talking a lot of basketball. But if you guys are tuning in, please like and subscribe to Cash Sports. I would graciously appreciate it. If you were sticking in the conversation, it is open. I do leave the link in the comment section for those that do want to join the podcast. And I know you guys see the Cash App at the bottom. You guys will so humbly donate. Any proceeds that I receive will be coming back to the podcast just because I want to see it grow more and more. Right. So let me get back to the things that I got to do. Because I definitely have some things to do. I got to tap into football. I do want to make a football stream. I don't think it's going to be tonight, but definitely tomorrow. So I'm going to definitely go and make 100% tomorrow for football. But that's about it. AK, you got anything you want to say?
Stay tuned for what's coming.
I got you. So, once again, thank you everyone for joining the Cash Sports Podcast. Thank you so much, and have a wonderful day. Stay tuned next time.